Morning, Congress.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Good morning, everybody. Today's the 29th of July. If you're gonna be on, you have to be on Zoom video. We'll go ahead and go into the board minutes for July 22nd.
Motion to accept the board minutes for July 22nd.
I'll second it.
Public comment?
Yes, about the government review committee.
Oh,
Went to the first
In the
meeting.
minutes,
this is just about the board minutes.
Oh,
For
okay,
last
sorry.
Yeah, public comment, you can do that.
No, I haven't even read the minutes, so I guess they're fine.
All in favor? Aye. Motion carried past. Correspondence. This is an update on the Deer fire. It's in the Lowell National Board. It's down at Missoula, pretty much out.
Or the Patty Creek or whatever, right?
Yeah, it only made it to 100 acres. The next one from Deb Robinson, and this is on the Montana CDEPI weekly update on the MMWR week of 2025. Measles cases are at 30 for the state of Montana. Okay, interesting.
communicable disease. Epidemiology, how's it pronounced that?
But didn't try.
But,
The next one is from,
that's Lakeside.
this is all on the dam.
Yeah.
I'll just hold that off for when we talk about dam timber stuff. And that's all we have on correspondence. Any comment on correspondence? Respect you. All right, well, and we'll just get at it. Public comment. Come on, Danny. Come up and state your name and.
Okay, Jackie Butler. For the record. The government review commission, you know, I didn't care if you picked me or not, but I wanted you to pick somebody who was interested in it. Not some guy going to the Mediterranean all of September. So you won't be at the next meeting, so then they'll be down to 10 months. Because they have to have a recommendation one way or the other in December by August of 26.
Didn't know that.
Did you know he was leaving to go to the Mediterranean?
Hell, I don't know what I'm doing most of the time.
Well, you
Whatever
know,
else.
voters voted it in, so it's important for them to get, you know, a fair shake, don't you think?
Yeah, no, I agree with you.
If he's not interested, pick somebody else.
Why did he apply if he's not interested?
Why did he apply right before he was going on vacation? Cause it was Blaine Bradshaw's pick, that's why, more than likely, which, again, I don't care who they pick, they just need to pick somebody interested, right? Get the ball rolling, time's flying. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other public comment?
Did you go to the meeting on Thursday?
Yes, I did.
And how did it go?
Well, you know, they need to organize, they need to, follow the agenda. I know sometimes it's hard because that's one thing I had to learn, which I haven't yet, I guess.
I'm gonna mention somebody. I'm just giving you hell.
That's fine. That's a better way to be. So, you know, we'll wait, not gonna have another meeting now till, August 26th, or I'm not sure, around that. 25th. Are you gonna be there? Or did you-
Yeah, I couldn't make the last one. I was kind of stranded in Seattle for a while, going to that, I think I told you when I talked to you, I went to my son's oldest daughter's wedding in California. So, yeah, I'll be there next one though.
You're lucky you went, and this little airport's gonna close down for a week.
Yeah,
Any other public comment? Got anything else? I mean, nobody's on, you got something else, come on up.
I just wanna talk about the oil and the gas. That's what I wanna talk about.
Water's the worst.
Well,
so
I have a plan to fix that.
did you talk, did she call you guys to? Well, I called her back, she called me and left me a message,
Oh.
Jackie,
Oh, I never
about
got-
what happened to her at the dump site.
Oh, huh.
No, I
So
never,
this is-
I never got any calls. Come
I
on
didn't
up.
call Aldi, I just called Blanche because she's our representative on it.
Well, wait,
Why bother all of you? That's long and exhausting.
No shit.
well, I don't know if maybe Jackie, if you wanna come in and or talk about it maybe now, and then we can bring it up again when we are on the solid waste. What's going on with solid waste
Totally
today?
up to you, but
Okay,
I'd rather know about it now before they,
Right.
we, you know, not blindsided.
okay, can I sit?
Yeah,
Thank you. Oh, I don't need to be that close.
Wow. Hey, Jackie.
A big one. How many minutes is that?
3.
Wow. Okay. Go ahead, I don't care. Anyway, I went to the dump and to put metal in, and I had the front thing, differential for front end, 4-wheel drive. And I had an old generator. And Todd told me I couldn't dump them because they had gas and oil, and that had always been the rule. Well, let me tell you, if that was always the rule, they're all slackers, even Jody Butler, she was no slacker, I followed her damn rule just to keep her peace. So Scott gave me a copy of the rules. It hasn't been revised since 2023, and I don't know how many lawnmowers, weed eaters, transmissions. And never been sent away to dump the gas and oil out of it.
I know down in Drummond, we just have a special side where they bring in used oil, but I've never heard about making people drain stuff out.
No, because nobody ever knew that rule until Todd come up with it the other day.
well, so what she's saying is before it goes into the metal bin. He wouldn't let her dump in the metal bin because there was gas and oil in the thing she was wanting to dump.
Well, I understand, you know, if it's caught fire or something, but I don't think we've ever pursued it and said that we wouldn't accept them.
You never
Maybe
have.
they set them to the side now and then, and I know they drained them, and they had time, I know that.
So did you find it in here? Was it in there where you
No,
have to?
there's nothing in there. It's not as long of reading as you think it is.
So, yeah, I don't know where he.
In
got
his
it
own
from.
mind, that's where it came up with. Maybe that's the rule in the state of Alaska, but it isn't the rule in Granite County, Montana.
I've never ever heard about telling people to drain stuff. I just know there's a certain spot you set the oil.
Well, it got drained, I rolled it off onto the top of the burn pile. And now I gotta figure out how to get it back on there.
Where's your burn pile?
in the yard.
Oh, I thought you meant up there.
No. He sent me away with it. What do you think he would have done if I would have? I'm just taking it for time.
I'll go jump it on that, you'll get a good burn.
Because, we have donated a number of cars and trucks to the county. And not once did they ask to dump all the fluids out of there.
I
either.
hauled that up to the dump there and, with the record business, I hauled 30, 50 cars up there. And I never drained nothing.
Right, cause there's no rule to, they do it when, and I understand that maybe, whoever owns, comes and gets the garbage. Or the scrap, I'm not even sure.
Pacific gets the scrap and Allied gets the stuff, but I don't know why if there isn't that many of them, why they can't just set them to the side, just trade, sell.
But Todd ought to know when he tells me that's the rule. And I've been doing the main garbage, everything for 39 years. You better make sure I know in black and white, there's a rule. That kind of rule needs to be painted along that sign in front.
That might be a specific rule.
Might be.
It doesn't matter, we should know.
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, yeah, for
Absolutely.
sure.
And if there is no rule and we don't know, then
Yeah.
we shouldn't be sent away.
No, I don't agree with, sending it away, no, it's not posted, and
So that's it, basically. I could have said it a lot faster.
yeah, right. And to see that, I don't, just glancing through
If
it.
you take that home and you read it, Scott, here, have this too, and then you can read it at your leisure.
How did I do to you today?
Every day.
Well, let's see, I had a heart attack. My husband, the clutch and the transmission went out on the interstate down there at Fairmouth. Your truck was in the shop getting fixed. I couldn't find, the highway patrol will stop and ask him, when you getting the tow truck here, Buster? And I had to figure all that out. I kind of still bitch about that.
Not paying attention.
I thought I was gonna have to hitchhike home from the art center.
See, all this, what's up? Sorry, I was,
Never
my
mind.
squirrel was way far gone. All I see is that it says both sides recyclable materials such as automobile batteries and used motor oil. I don't see nothing where it says anything about grain and gas.
And oil.
It just says.
Before it goes in.
Yeah, I don't see nothing.
Well, it's a contained space, there's no way anything could leak out of there.
I mean, we don't get that many.
Engine
Yeah.
blocks.
Well, it doesn't go in the dump site, it goes with,
To Pacific,
yeah,
have you ever been to Pacific? That's
pretty good dump site.
not the cleanest place, that yard.
You want these back, you want them?
Oh, go ahead and keep them, so you guys have a copy of the
Well,
rules.
we should have a copy of the rules.
Jesus. Maybe you do need to hire somebody to oversee Todd and John.
We just got rid of somebody.
Paul? Yeah, well, wasn't he doing a good job?
Can't talk about him.
Oh,
Back to that.
well,
I
Paul
guess-
and I have had good, bad, and in between. I thought he
I
was
get-
doing a pretty good job.
I guess what I'm thinking about is this, is we need to bring it to attention, yeah, if they're not gonna accept it, it has to be posted, if they're, then we gotta revise and go redo it all. Which is that big a
And in the
deal.
meantime, can I just take that back to the dump and put it in the metal bin? Because it took me 3 years
Can you just cut
to
the
get
line on the
Buster to
way
help
up?
them load
And
that.
it's still loaded. You
What?
still have it on in your truck.
No, I rolled
Unloaded it?
it off into the burn pile. That's what you do when you're mad and, you know, I'll fix it.
How much gas is in it?
I don't think there's any gas in it.
It's just the oil?
Yeah, just oil.
We've never, might.
So, you know, you guys are running the show.
Yeah,
I guess let us look into it and we'll get
Yeah.
right with you. We'll find out, we'll check in, see if he got told, but we'll ask him who told him that. And
Cause
then we,
he said it had always been the rule, and I didn't argue
in
with
my
him.
life, I've never, I drug shit up there that probably should have been.
Like all those junk cars sitting up the store with all the fluids out of them.
No, that's what I said, I
No,
know
they're leaking
30,
all sorts of fluids
I
on
got
the ground, but we're not
All
going
in the
there.
Pacific then, don't you?
now the state comes in and smashes them, then they haul them
They
away.
smash them right there.
Yeah, I have some in my yard that's ready to go, come up here that I don't drain nothing out of.
Yeah.
They've never, ever made us drain. Oh, what's his name?
I think they bring a guy with them that drains all the fluid out of everything before they crush them and haul them away.
And I've seen once they get there, the state owns them. That's why nobody can go up there and get nothing off them. So whatever they do when they get there to smash them, that's their deal.
This might be a Pacific rule too that we need to look into.
Yeah.
Maybe that's their,
Well, once he gets here, we'll ask him.
Yeah.
Who told him that, but I never said that.
Yeah.
I know none of us have. We'll find out and get with you.
In the meantime, can
Leave
I,
it sit on your burn pile for the meantime, please.
I wouldn't let it sit till burn season opens.
Well, no, I'm not saying, we need to
Because
talk to him.
I
Can
enjoy
we
my
poss-
bonfire.
can we possibly resolve that today?
Oh, we will.
Oh, yeah.
That's.
Oh,
I
I
just
know
wanted to
that.
find-
Yeah,
I know you're busy and it might
No,
not be today.
no, we can ask him today.
We need to
Just
know
so that you can
because-
get it there,
Yeah, we need to know.
because we don't know either.
If
Okay, I'm
somebody
just
else-
trying to clean up the place one rig at a time.
Yeah,
Pasta, or, Kenny P took that Crown Vic, he's gonna make a demolition car out of it.
Took it from where?
Wow,
Oh,
I gave it to him 3 years ago, he finally got the urge to come get it. I bet he wins, that's a heck of a car.
where'd you blow it up? Cause you're hot rodding around town?
Oh. I was hot rodding out on the interstate. I was too lazy to put gas in, too lazy to stop and put
Now you're-
water in. And I could tell it was giving out the cement plant, so I pulled in there.
Hey, Jackie, maybe you guys should have took the gas out of that generator and put it in your car.
Traded Jack Benson a good wagon for that generator. I learned a lesson. Don't trade
See if
him
there's any
anything.
more public comments. Sorry. Is there any more public comment?
Okay, I guess.
We'll
Oh,
find
I'm
out.
supposed to show up today, isn't he? No.
He's out today.
Oh, I see.
He's in great, probably big caliber.
What?
Who'd you say, Paul? He's in Great Falls getting cattle guard,
Oh,
one broke.
well, why don't
Or
you get them from Scott McDonald? You got some nice stuff. Okay, yeah, have a nice day.
Thanks,
You
Jackie.
too. Hey, don't forget your paperwork laying there.
Oh. It's the agenda. We'll recycle it.
When you take the generator back?
Let me know.
We will.
We will.
Please. And if I'm not in the house, just leave a message on 859-3445.
3445.
Yeah,
Alright, thanks, Jackie.
we're in the book.
Alright,
Bye.
thanks, Jackie. Have a good day.
You. Maybe you already got one.
oh, yeah.
Huh.
Hi, Blaine.
How's it going? What are you talking about, generators?
Good so far.
He's got turned, she brought one up to the dump and the tin that took, sent her back, saying that she has to drain everything out before we accept, we've never done that.
Yeah, okay.
He said he got told you had to, or it's a law or something, we can't find it, I couldn't find it in here. But I think we got resolved and find out, cause there's been so many others like down there, there's sick.
Yeah. Well, who cut, do they just put in with the metal, or what do they put
That's
in?
where it was going, and I said they could put it in there, cause it wasn't all drained and took care of.
But that, okay, so the issue is, does it mean drain first or not?
Yeah.
Which it might be a specific rule or
Yeah.
something that we just
By
don't
the
know
Dr.
about.
Republic, yeah.
I think it'd go through Pacific, cause they're the ones that pick the steel up.
Oh, Pacific, yeah, not Republic, yeah.
Yeah.
Pacific, yeah. Good point.
My lifetime, I never heard.
Well, we find out from him where he got the information, but it's
Right,
gotta be in writing with him somewhere, if he's
yeah.
doing it on the job, yeah.
All right, well, we'll jump into the weekly report. Superintendent Paul, in Great Falls today. In the cattle guard. They're about done on the Dunkelberg Road and they're heading with
Like the lake's next stop, you said.
Is where up, like,
that's what I got told last night when he called me, so. Other than there, so I think that's all of it.
Did you ever, meeting back from the homeowners up there that we, that letter we sent to?
No, I haven't received anything.
Just,
I haven't heard nothing.
just so, you know, the letter that we were letting her know what we're gonna do.
Yeah.
We're gonna be up there.
There was a article in the paper too, newspaper,
Oh, there
so
is.
yeah, I haven't read it all, but yeah. Last Thursday.
We sent that to Brian, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I think I have one too.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
no, wait,
See your
23rd.
packet for today.
no, yeah, no, mine's.
It has that for the stuff in
Guess that one ain't it, Blaine?
it. Yeah, excellent.
You guys. You-
That's a big article. Okay. So Lisa's out there to let them know.
I haven't heard nothing from nobody, maybe Blanche,
what, we,
on the article, the paper and that about.
We'll just tell them what we came up with and the history of it this year. They read through it super fast.
Yes.
I can't really see who's that.
this one about the Lee Road, this one,
Me.
Do you have a public comment for the road, Lee?
It'll be for water,
For what?
water.
Oh. I don't get the paper.
We don't anymore either.
They kind of swapped it over, it's just,
Wow, it kinda got expensive too. They did that, was what Jen was saying.
what was that?
now we're just talking about the paper where they combined them, that I don't get it.
Yeah, I never read it.
Which,
It's your cheaper, you know, all the time, but it's all about Deer Lodge now, hardly ever, thing at 10 o'clock there. Zoom was gonna look like the Brady Bunch board up there, and be so many little windows everywhere.
So true. Start writing names down right now.
I get that water. Which one? There's a. For the water.
Okay.
A couple of texts that I sent to Miranda. And I got the.
Did you get my text?
Yeah, I read it to them. Yeah, that's, you know. There any public comment on the road and bridge? We still got 5 minutes and we can so.
He's calling. This phone, so I'm just gonna unmute him. Is that okay?
Yeah.
I guess I can make him a call. Can I?
No, here comes emojis.
What was the emoji?
Brown faces. Angry faces.
Oh,
From our favorite.
Leave him a message.
I don't know if he's calling us or just on phone some.
He called this one.
Not you have any comment for road and bridge?
Can you hear us?
Are you waiting?
There.
Am I online?
Yep.
I was here to, am I online? Are you hearing me?
Do what?
yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm just tuned in and I'm here to make comment on the dam outflow was my interest. And I think
Okay.
it's early for that unless you want it now.
No, you gotta wait till 10 o'clock.
Boy, I can't understand. I'm getting poor reception here. I'm sorry.
You gotta wait till 10 o'clock.
Yeah, I will. Okay, how do I indicate I want to participate online?
He has to raise his hand.
You gotta raise your hand and then I'll be watching and we'll get everybody's public comment.
Under react.
No, I don't see the raise your hand button here.
I'm not a computer guy, so I.
There's a bar at the bottom and one of them
Yes.
says react. It has a heart. You can click on that and then,
Okay, the heart reactions. Is
yeah.
that it? Okay,
Yeah.
your reactions are coming from your heart, huh? Okay.
Remember that.
Okay. I'll sit back and wait until that comes up in your agenda. I'm sorry to interrupt at this time.
You're fine,
You're
thank
okay.
you. So we still got a couple minutes and we'll go ahead into the solid waste weekly updates from Phillipsburg and Drummond. We don't have enough, we really use that.
Just their updates are right there, stapled together, and then the job description.
Being there's nothing, we'll go ahead and go into the solid waste updates. Now, he can get their stuff from, Aunt Holy. We should get water and that from, up here.
So he needs to get,
Like get a 5 gallon jug of hydraulic oil, it's just that 32 AW, you don't have to, I mean. Yeah, just a 5 gallon.
Or tractor fluid, or is that old enough, is it there?
You can use
Salt.
yeah, either one tractor fluid or. You're saying with engine oil, just get a gallon of engine oil from them too, so we don't have 5 gallons out there sitting and end up tipped over or rained on, or just get a couple gallons, put them in the garage out there.
Wait a minute, Noli doesn't have any, Hogan's got it.
Yeah, they're,
I mean, out.
I know Aunt Noli has oil, 5 gallon pails, we used to buy it from them, so just get a 5 gallons and maybe he can get him a case of oil and just set it out there and then he has it all.
Yeah,
Pretty simple.
okay, so we'd call Aunt Nolly and have him have it signed and then he can go find, pick it up.
they'll probably deliver it,
He'll deliver it,
well, I'm sure they're.
Yeah, maybe.
so we could have Miranda do that. Or call Bill,
That, or Todd can do it.
Todd can do it.
Cause then he knows what oil he actually really wants, cause it just said requires specific engine oil, well, it's just 1540.
Yeah.
You don't have to have that high
That
pressure.
so that solves the problem then for him, when he was thinking he had to take the equipment and fill it up.
Yeah. That's
So,
good.
and Aunt Nolly, Bill, they will deliver it to him,
I think they will.
Yeah.
I'm
so
sure
we just need to confirm that.
Yeah.
And he can call them and tell them
what he needs.
what he
That'd
needs.
be his, yeah, cause he's the one running it. We're not sure what he needs, so it'd be a waste of her time calling, cause she's not, I'm not.
Nope, you're, I get it. I'm not sitting out there driving tractor.
It's just 1540 or 32 or even 46, it don't matter.
And this is what we'll probably be discussing with him on his job description. It's more or less that he has to be a little bit of a self-starter and realize that he's the one to do this, and what he needs is information how to do it, correct?
Yeah. And when he comes in, we can tell him how we go.
Yeah,
over, tell him.
yeah.
And then on the weed stuff, I went down and talked to Ben and they were headed out to the spray, so I mean, that was all took care
Right,
Okay, so now he's saying potholes. There's several potholes.
of. I guess if he needs a load of gravel, we just have to try to get him a load of gravel out there. We'll have to go buy a load of gravel and take it out of solid waste and take him a load out there.
yeah.
I don't know how much gravel he needs, does he need a whole dump truck load?
Well, this is something that the road crew could bring up to him, correct?
Yeah, well.
Oh, yeah, road crew, bring whatever.
Well, where's the puddle at? Just right directly there or on the road out? You know?
I mean, they're just saying he's got potholes, I don't know if they're on the county road out, that we
Okay.
played. They've played it once, but there's so much traffic out there, I'm sure,
You need to blade it.
you know. And we talked about that, we mentioned the true call about them concrete things, he was gonna get them out there, and then. We're short one person, and then I know they're, yeah, but they'll get them when they can.
Yeah.
I guess we just, gotta put up tape or cones or something for now till they can get it there. I mean, sometimes you just gotta help fix it yourself until they
Get there.
Okay, so on this last paragraph, what he's saying is there's several potholes that have gotten worse with traffic. So is that on the road coming up
Yeah.
to the dump site?
And that's what Blaine was just asking, so we don't know.
So I guess we ask him that when he's coming in, okay?
Yeah, that one's pretty much we took care of, except for the potholes, and then he can just, home and get him, he can call over there. the commissioners meeting, but it doesn't look like anybody here.
Then on that, the Drummond weekly report, you know, we already approved that, go ahead and get it, even if it costs us some money to get it, so for $150 a month instead of $500.
Good morning, Commissioner.
For what?
Morning.
We've already, you know, told him to go ahead and do that.
Which
Right.
one is that?
That was Drummond's side, the one on the metal truck, cost would be $150 per month, the rental on the bin, just to have an extra bin there. Well, it's better to pay a little bit than just hire it.
Well, one person runs over a chunk of metal, 150 doesn't cover a tire. What do you mean on the 25th, where scale off all day, but 7 to 400 pounds? So he took you in, or?
Yeah, we'd have to ask you. It's something about that wind that we've had nothing but trouble when they put it in, it should have been turned or something. When they.
All the wind screws it up?
Yeah,
Oh, really?
Yeah, wind's been
and
bad.
there was a time that they were talking like trying to take it out of there and redo it all the cold. Some days we just gotta eat some of that just due to
Is there any way you could stack jersey barriers on each side of it, to like?
it was pretty well caged in there, you gotta have room to get into there in case some, I mean, you can always move the barriers, but I don't know, that's something I'll have to ask them to see what. They talked about it, I know before. I guess we'll just kind of hold off till he comes in and we're getting a report which we asked for, so that's good. And we can.
So the one thing that about if he's gonna have Joy pick the garbage up, let's get it picked up. And done and clean, and then go from there, try to maintain it. We're not gonna allow her $10, 10 hours a month just to pick up garbage. Because he can do that and there's not a line waiting to get into that dump site, I'm sure. Or is there? Where they have to wait in line.
Sometimes there is, but that's, when I've been there, it's been one person that's ahead of me.
Yeah, I mean, there's time.
There is time.
Oh, yeah.
I guess we just don't wait till they come in on the.
Well, it's 9:40, where is he? He was supposed to be in?
He's coming in now. I think she's coming with me.
Sign this one, or did we already do that?
I got it. I just keep her cut out with Tom. I just checking my messages.
Oh. This is. Yeah, I read, oh, I need to sign this?
Yeah.
Duh. Did you want to keep this with you?
People asking about water.
And here, this is a couple messages I got from over water, kind of hard to read. But I can give can you read the text I got it too?
I guess on that, where they're talking about spraying and that, I mean, they used to have a little hose reel that they just pull out.
So I can't really,
Here,
what's Jason saying?
same thing, he wants those details later.
Okay,
So after they.
Yeah, they did.
Sorry, after shut, you shut water off and then let the fill you any water then.
how are you?
Good. So your airport, delay hasn't, over?
Makes you never wanna.
You have to sleep in the airport or what?
No,
Oh, you just kept getting, or,
we, got trains and walked the airport and got to Amtrak in Seattle on a train to Amtrak in Seattle and then caught a bus to Spokane.
planes, trains and automobiles.
Otherwise,
Man, I need a movie about it.
I'd have been stuck in the airport 2 days or get a motel.
Yeah,
Did they help you out any, or you just on?
Well, they gave us a couple meal tickets
That's about it.
or $12 meal tickets.
Are they refunding your,
Well, I called them up to get refunded from Seattle to Spokane, but I haven't heard anything back yet, so. And then Wade said I need to get the Amtrak paid for too,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
yeah. they should-
there's no way I could have waited till
yeah,
Tuesday.
or at least the,
As it was all day Monday on that bus. 8 hours.
yeah.
Yeah, eventful, eventful.
Yeah.
Well, we're just waiting for the solid waste employee job description updates.
Not here.
Let me go into what we were talking about last week.
Yeah.
So if it's regarding, Mr. Kindle, then it's gotta be closed. Yeah. Yes.
We can close and till they show up, I guess.
Yeah, if you have personal knowledge.
Yeah,
talk
we'll
about
go ahead and close it then. Back on
it.
now.
Morning.
We're still waiting for solid waste employee job description. Make sure everybody signs in, please. Sure. Oh, yeah, I got it.
I did find it all done. Very good. I'm not gonna cut it until Friday. Yeah, looks bad tomorrow and Thursday.
How's it going? Good.
Hi, baby. Hi, Marion. How are you?
How are you?
Good.
Hey, how are you? Good, how are you doing? Good.
How's it going?
Right, well. Yeah, Carl Sanders called me yesterday morning, like, what are you doing? I'm like, "I'm the same thing you are, how much did you get down? He goes, a lot.
Got like 10 minutes before we start.
Trying to get one filled on.
Yeah. So I told him, I
So
said,
he
you
was
guys gotta cut it
planning
until
on
Friday.
being here before you
Yeah,
opened it
available,
up.
yeah.
You can order your stuff either with them.
I didn't get my taxes until later on, so, oh, well,
You do it yourself or something?
I gotta get prepared to go to them now. So I finish my books.
Mhm.
Last time.
Go through all that crap.
So this.
Joy.
So I'll do that today and tomorrow and get from Missouri.
That's what I.
It's old or you've been?
The only
I've been doing all
difference
right.
being is he comes to us
I'm buying
instead.
enough stuff.
Yeah,
That's it.
yeah, there's some just common sense,
Yeah.
you just.
Kind of a mountain out of a molehill
Oh,
type
yeah,
there.
they're over too.
Yeah. Cause we covered the most of it already.
Yes.
We covered quite a bit in the spray and we said it, and then
They won't appreciate all
get the barrier as soon as we get out.
It's gonna come.
And just shut down.
I care what it's here for off this case.
So
Yeah.
we could reach out to him
Had a
on
few years.
gallon jugs and stuff,
That's why
and
I
we'll
was just-
talk about Paul on
Yeah.
potholes next time.
Well, yeah, we'll find out where he's talking
Yeah.
about. That's why I thought he'd probably come in and let us know where
And then we need
our
to know-
miles. So are they in the site or are they on that road?
Right.
That road will get touched up when they start coming. I mean, they're out there blades and stuff right now, so.
So we need his documentation on things being emptied before they go into metal bin.
Mhm.
We
Yeah,
need to see
so
the
yeah, 'cause we
documentation.
had public comment on that. We need to figure out what,
Yeah.
who told him that.
Okay.
I thought you'd be on a big family reunion.
I'm gonna start till tomorrow.
Oh,
Where's it
stay
at?
home, just come see us.
It's down,
Oh, okay.
I think Adam's not out already. He won't answer. Of course, I don't blame him.
I'll do it for us.
Good, how are you?
Good. Finally got emails go through to you. I had like an iCloud address, so. Yeah, I think I have your email.
Try calling you back. It just.
Did think older.
I never got it, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or-
But then your mail bigger, bro. Fine. Goodbye. Yeah.
Yeah, I see Kristen got a hold of the governor.
No.
That's right.
How are you?
Good, how are you? I just say something over before you.
I know, I saw that, and the kid was like, well, she just passed those off, or.
Yeah, Kristen sent her right. Yeah, she actually got. Yeah, she actually got hold of the governor.
It's actually, it's like you're going through the right steps, or went down, it's like, well, the whole course, and didn't go to the corner.
He's saying that's local. Yeah, he's beautiful.
Right.
Yeah.
Everybody else's house is, it's not Chinese, you could, the doors,
Yeah, so really, that'd be good.
lemonade.
Here, you'd be good, yeah.
So you rewrite the contract, you don't want that. Way out of it. So we negotiate again, 20.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, hey, kids, Kind of just, I don't know, it's open, get it in capital loan and do their own facility. City College.
Not have to insert nobody to train if they want to raise what's up.
Well, no, it's still dealing with work petition.
Well, right.
It's with, yeah, but with, every, if you continue to do hydroelectric, I have to deal with work, but. This is the cost, of what you have from home, they did that.
Like it is supposed to.
Yeah, I think that looks like it.
Yeah, there's they have perks involved.
And, I mean, if you're not, you don't need to, just sit. This is lush,
They'll still be going to this, in junction and stuff.
figured out how to tame it, or don't, maybe don't have.
Yeah. See, Stan went up again.
Did you throw yours away?
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, oh, don't.
Fix it on with you. You think?
Blame it on him too.
Taking care of.
There was some doctors there, he just said.
Yeah, it's last year. That was last year, so I just underneath that, nice.
I guess Tom's not coming in, huh?
Yeah, I got that, second floor at 10:30.
They don't like public meetings. They put his place on still. Yeah, more than.
Oh, I meant the solid waste. Yeah.
Oh, I thought we said power.
Oh, no.
No,
We are thinking more. Okay, 2 days later.
oh, we still got a minute, 2 minutes, and then we'll go ahead and get started on the dam. Everybody's got signed in.
Water here or something.
Yeah.
Ready? We'll go ahead and get started on this, the George Tank Coop talk today. Dam tenders report. We're sitting at 6428.81. We're 8.28 inches below pool. We'll go ahead and make a motion, then we'll open it up to the public. Or if we wanna just wait and hear what the public comes and then goes into a motion, we can do that too. So I guess, best thing, we might as well get started on this and start taking public comment. See what everybody wants to do. Let's keep it all on hot water. But I just wanna make sure everybody, let's just stay calm,
Still.
okay? Otherwise we'll have to shut it down, we won't get nowhere. So we'll go ahead and start with Spencer Park and you come up, state their name and go ahead and just whatever.
Spencer Park, Park Ranch, we're down on the lower valley for the last takeouts on the creek. I don't know if anybody's been down there currently, but, so to clarify, are we dumping 40 CFS currently?
30 CFS.
30
yeah.
CFS, okay. Creek's come up maybe a little bit. Because I do have probably 20 inches going over the top of my last dam. That is all that's going over my dam. She's dry. We're not able to get our full right now. We're sitting okay, but things are only gonna get worse from here. We're only at the end of July. One of our places is currently off. Probably won't get water back again this fall. So we'll get a second crop off of one pivot, but the other ones are dry. I guess. I would like to see a little more water come down our way, but. See. What's best for everybody. Okay,
Thanks.
thanks.
Okay, what do you got? We're just gonna keep going. Go ahead, Monica.
I'm Monica Prince with McGowan Ranch. I guess I have several thoughts. Frank can explain more about carrying the water and how that works. But we're looking at severe drought conditions have been there since May. Everybody in the lower valley, probably everybody in the whole valley is out of Mount Pasture. Like, we're gonna all end up bringing our cows home sooner rather than later. We need the water for the hay, but we need it for the aftergrass also. So if there's no water in the creek to carry our water to get our water rights to us, we can't even get the water back on so that we can get some aftergrass so we can feed our cows. For us, we're not in this situation, but I know that there are people in the valley that are in the situation that if we don't get water, they're not gonna have the money to be able to afford the hay. They don't have the money to be able to afford the pasture. They're gonna have to sell the cows. And this is something that I know from years of experience, you don't get those cows back. We're in a situation where the price of cattle is going up and they're not ever going to be able to afford to replace those cows.
Just a
Yeah.
second, there's gonna be a couple.
That's fine.
We're trying to get everybody on the anyway.
Granite County Commission,
Yeah.
Red Red Kids is going into the discussion on Georgetown Reservoir.
Okay, you'll just be put on hold. We have people already starting to talk about it, but we'll just keep
Okay.
going. Is there any way you can get on Zoom?
I'm not sure, is it the same number or how do you?
I can text in the Zoom.
Blaine will text you, but we'll keep you on there for right now. But
Okay,
then that way we can keep going here.
So the
Okay.
last,
sounds
So-
good.
So the last point I want to make, and I'll make this quick, is that if we are headed towards being in a firestorm with as dry as the grass is, if we get a thunderstorm, the only way you're gonna be able to stop that when it gets down on the flats is if those pastures are green. Because if you dry up the whole entire valley, then you're gonna be into the houses. So I'm just, I really feel we need to be allowed to let more water out so that we can get our pastures back green.
Okay, thank you.
Frank Prince, McGowan Ranch, and I'm also vice president on the Quick Creek Water Users Association. I'm trying to make this short and sweet. I have lots of different comments on this area also, but, we had to shut the lower valley off 2 weeks earlier than we did, or the upper valley off 2 weeks earlier than we did last year. So that we get their allowed, they got their share of water. And then and now we're getting Mars. We're gonna be out on the 8th of August. We need the extra water to carry our stored water from East Fork. We need more water in the creek to carry our stored water, and then we can help satisfy the creeks on Point Creek also in the lower end. For us, it's more of an agriculture concern on the bottom end, trying to get everything fed, the cows, put up enough hay and just survive as far as agriculture goes. I do see a lot of we have a creek Willow Creek runs through our pasture, and I mean, there's dead fish on the bank. So there is that concern also. But I mean, there is concern at East Fork that you have native West Slope cutthroat that are gonna, I mean, it ain't helping them to drain the reservoir as far as we have to drain it this year. So, I mean, it's a toss up which way you go, but whether, everything's tough this year. And I guess the biggest thing I have to say out of this whole thing is across the whole United States, we're trying to feed families. So the number one thing that I'm concerned about, food security is national security. we don't have food, we're screwed as a nation. Thank you.
Thanks.
On the pass. Okay. I'm gonna have to state your name.
Megan, hi, Dennis Branch. Thank you. I guess my question for you guys is how long would this increase go for? And then how long would like the payback period be? And what are we looking at there? Cause we don't have any other water than what comes out of Georgetown. There's no other tributaries that hit us guys, McLean, South Sarah. We take it the hardest. We're upstream from Trout Creek, Redbird, everywhere past Court. So when the payback period comes into play, that's where we're concerned. Because that would really hammer us.
So, let me go ahead. So the commission, voted last week to release 40 CFS for a week. Went to, the agencies, Fish, Wildlife and Parks, came back and said, do the 40 CFS for 1 week as long as, pay back for a week later on in the irrigation season.
Sure.
So then we're hearing that folks potentially, the timing of it is an issue, so the commission wants to hear that. My thought is potentially you could ask for now and then ask for a later, and then, but you'd be paying back for 2 weeks and probably in October. So it's something to consider. I mean, I'm just throwing out ideas, so.
So our right.
We're only at 30 because they didn't get back to us and we couldn't get a meeting. They waited 3 days to get back, so we couldn't even make a decision. You know,
Sure.
that's the thing. There we lost another week to the feet.
And how low can you guys drop Georgetown?
The FERC order says 2 feet, but, in my opinion, the 30 CFS supersedes the 2 feet rule. So, yeah, but hopefully we don't get to that point.
Right. I'm fine.
Thank you. You're next.
Pass. Frank, President of George
Come on up here, please. Sorry, that way they can hear better.
Brian Clark, President of Georgetown Lake Homeowner Association. So we appreciate you telling us about what's going on. Here's a few articles back is state 442 or 402 states a project operating regulation and temporary modification requires the operation conditions, and the action of is not an operation problem, section D of article 402, Granite County to maintain reservoir surface elevation Georgetown Lake within 1 foot of lake crest, elevation of 6429.5 feet on May 31st of each year, level within 2 feet of crest elevation. The current proposal of external lake level decline most likely to drop below 6427.5 just before October 15th. The release of more than 30 CFI measured downstream of Powerhouse during the months of the elevation of Georgetown Lake. The current level right now is 6428.7 of maximum release should be 30 CFS. The current level of the lake right now is 6 inches below 4. 6 inches below last year. At the rate of going down. So at Axfield, July 6th was 109 CFS, and the current at Clarkport near Drummond is on the 26th was 10 CFS. That's not all the water is being used. The next water release will do prime 35 40 SC related during the map. So basically we are hosing, we want to make sure that the water doesn't go down too far. And
you know. We're just, I have this for you guys to read. And,
We have it stopped. I think it's in there.
yeah, I think this is what my signature on and all that. But yeah, we are opposing it because we do. And the other thing is, some later months, they're gonna want more water and then they're not gonna have it, you know, because they're not taking that, we're not getting that much inflow as we usually do either. So. That's all I have. I'll pass. Thank you. Jody?
I'm Jody Butler, and I basically had the same questions that Megan did. If there's a increase now, what will be the reduction for how long in the fall? Everything needs to be recharged. So that's my question. And the other thing is, I guess I would ask, I found out through the grapevine about the whole situation. And I know the Lower Valley brought it to your guys' attention, but there's no communication up here and it affects everybody. So I would just ask that moving forward, there's better communication so we can all work on it together.
Yeah, sorry about that. I had Jason on the email that added you as well.
Yeah, and I talked to a lot of the neighbors and no one knew about it,
So,
so. Because there's no way to come together and find a solution if we're not all in the loop.
Well, we gotta work together and make it work.
I know, but if you don't know about it, you can't work on it. And there's four of us that I talked to pretty much. So.
Oh, I'm kind of new to the valley, I'm Don Delatera. I wasn't notified until 10 minutes ago. I'm kind of in the dark, I don't know what you are up to.
We'll try to get better, maybe everybody could write down their emails before they leave, so we have everything.
Well, yeah, everybody with the water right should be informed, yeah, what's going on.
Yes.
My feeling anyway.
Okay, so we'll go ahead to Brad, so we have all that air going in there, but go ahead, Brad.
Not a lot to say. It's more, I'm listening to what everybody's thinking.
Hold on, Brad Radke's on the phone, sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah, we'll go to Brad Radke, sorry.
So obviously I'm an irrigator as well, interested in releasing this water to benefit us, but it's also gonna benefit the entire county. You're gonna up the power generation during a time when they're paying more for power. Like, I don't really see how there's any downside to this for the entire county. The rates that they're paying right now are typically the highest for the year. So you're gonna make more money. So I don't know how there's a downside to it.
Okay, thank
That's
you.
it.
Okay, thank you. We'll go ahead and go on to if you're gonna be on, you have to make sure you're on video. We'll start with Lee.
You have to be on.
We can we'll have to shut that off.
Just pause.
There, am I on now?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, sorry. I'm Lee Tangadall. I'm from the Georgetown area. I've been watching the lake level very carefully, and I can tell that Commissioners Adler, McClure, and Kulaski are doing the same thing. And they've done a very good job in monitoring the lake level and manage the outflow with a couple of exceptions I'll mention. I was here in 2000 when the commission first took over the management of the dam. That year, the lake went below 2 feet low. And three things happened when the lake dropped that low. Number one, docks and boat launchings weren't usable, but that's not the highest concern of this meeting. Number two, Trout Unlimited made a lawsuit for protection of the fishery. And number three, soon after that, the FERC agreement was established. The fourth thing, which I should mention, is the lake was impossible to fill up next year. And that's what you got to kind of watch out for. If you lower the lake too low, then you head into a vicious cycle where you can't get it full the next year. And, you know, we hope this drought doesn't go on forever, but it might. So 2 feet is kind of the changing point there that you got to watch out for. Let's see. This is a severe drought year, and everybody is seeing it. I'm up at the lake, and this lake doesn't look bad now, but it looks like it should look at the end of August, not the end of July. Right now, I just checked online, and we are 9 inches low right now. We've dropped from 9 inches to 9 inches over the past week. So the lake is dropping. And what that means is sometime this summer or early fall, you will hit that 2 foot level. You will be 2 feet low with 30 cubic feet output. So you're going to have to do something before early fall anyway. If you let water out faster now, you're really going to have to recover that same water later this summer or early fall. I don't have a modeling. I'm just extrapolating based on how much it dropped. And it dropped over 2 inches just this last week. And we've had rain events. So this is a severe year, and we are watching it. Now, I want to point out that Georgetown is kind of the goose that lays the golden egg, and you don't want to kill it, because if you don't have Georgetown, if you're looking at the North Fork of Flint Creek, it's putting out about 3 cubic feet per second right now. So Georgetown is a marvelous thing that gives water when you need it. So I'm just pointing out, keep watching. Don't let it get too low. And if you do take more water now, you're going to have to recover it. And I don't know how that works before the summer or early fall is over. That's something else.
All righty, well, thank you.
Well, thank you for your attention. Thank you.
And I can't read the names up there. I guess go ahead, Brad Lehrman.
Thanks. Yeah, I just, I guess, you know, I'm glad to hear all the irrigators and the folks living at Georgetown. It's nice to hear the discussion and kind of what people's point of view are. You know, we, as the commissioners and Blaine know, we did provide an avenue that we would, you know, consider approval of increasing outflows. Basically, we kind of just are assuming that that you guys will do it like we've done it in the past, where you know, if you give additional outflows for irrigation, that it will be repaid by October 15th, which you know, we definitely take our lumps with our constituents for agreeing to that, but we're willing to take those lumps, you know, assuming that it does help both the Upper Valley and Lower Valley irrigators, and that folks want to see it. So yeah, so we're willing to work with you guys on that. And yeah, I don't think I have too much more to say. We're definitely in a drought year. It's affecting everybody, and it's kind of a nightmare. But we'll figure out some way to work through it. And yeah, thanks for your time. Appreciate it.
Okay, thank you. Go ahead, Paul. Alan.
She said no.
No.
Yeah, I'm Paul Talent. Just listening in today to everybody's thoughts. So, thank you.
Thank you. We'll go ahead to Betty Muniz.
Yeah, I'm just kind of listening as well to hearing people's thoughts. My concerns, I'm with Megan and Jody about about how are we going to pay this back. This almost seems to be an emergency situation. I don't know if the governor's going to declare drought on that. May change the conditions of all the agencies as well. We're a little concerned that water is short everywhere, and we sure don't want to pit the upper valley against the lower valley with irrigators. There's so few of us anyway. And, people move here because of the open spaces. The open spaces are here because there's livestock ranches and there's people that protect these. We've seen the whole county get cut up more and more and more. I'm a little concerned about the amount of water that gets turned out early in the year. And then here we sit, it's like eating your candy after Halloween when you eat all the good stuff first and then you don't have very much left. So I'm concerned about that. I think there needs to be a better way to approach this early on. We can't use the water too early because the ground just won't soak it up. And then later on, we get in this situation. So I do hope there comes up to be a way. I hate to see my neighbors not know about what was going on, so they feel left out as well. So those are my concerns.
Okay, thank you. Trish?
I'm just here to listen. I don't have any comment to make. Thank you.
Okay. Is that Elena's hand? Okay, you have to be on video. Go ahead, Elena. Go ahead, Elena. Okay, your hand went off.
For allowing me to comment. I'm sorry.
On video.
I don't believe that I have to be on video. I'm a homeowner, property owner at Georgetown Lake. I think the people should be looking forward to the meeting that you're going to have at, let's see, 11:20, the HDR scope of work, because that is going to affect water and usage and the dam and FERC license requirements. That's very interesting. You should listen.
You have to be on video.
I'd cut her off.
Cut her off. Go ahead, Alex.
Good morning, everyone. Just listening in. Just wanted to say on behalf of Montana Fish, Wildlife and Parks, I just want to reiterate what Brad said. More than happy to try and work with you guys, and we apologize. Just with the delay in communications, we had some internal conversations that we had to have, as well as with the governor's office. So we appreciate, you guys giving us the leeway. That's it. Thanks, guys.
Thank you. How about Michelle?
Hi, everyone. Michelle McGree. I just became the Habitat Bureau Chief here in Fisheries. So just listening in, and thanks for letting me attend.
Thank you. Did I miss anybody?
They're not raising their hand.
Is there? Yeah, go ahead, Brian.
Frank Price again. So on our East Fork water, we only filled to 74% this year, 80% last year. We're not gonna go any lower than 28% this year. And we will run out of water on the 8th of August. So, well, I guess we're only asking for this water to be, this excess water delivered for 10 days. If it doesn't happen this week, there's no point in us having it. Thank you.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes, sir.
You gotta come up, state your name.
Chuck Skokie, I've wondered about this a long time. Why did you make the decision to not take the last 28%? And what's that based on?
Because we can't fill it back up. It's just like that one fellow was saying as far as Georgetown, is we cannot fill it back up.
Okay.
There
It
isn't,
didn't fill this year.
right, it did not fill this year. There's a lot of years that it does not fill. It also, we're regulated by the DNRC on this, And we're replacing the spillway right now, so we are limited, we can't even fill it up to 90% for the next 2 years. Because of the work, so if there is spill, we can't use that water early enough. We are regulated by DNRC and state dam regulations that we can only drop that. We can go lower than the 28%, but then we can only let out X amount, which actually X amount per day. And it won't even make it down the ditch to Trout Creek. So
What's that number?
I wanna say it's like 400 CFS, or not CF, 400 inches. 400 inches.
10 CFS.
No, not even that. So, but then if we get down to that 20%, then we're into the dam safety. Because it dries that dam out and it can breach that dam. So we try to keep that level up above that dangerous spot.
The reason I asked is because I've seen it before where it's just a creek coming down.
Right.
Through the reservoir.
Yeah, but we do not totally drain it. And there's stakes out there for measurement. You can get that off the internet also. Anybody can get that information.
So what I'm hearing you say is, if you get water for 10 days, you're done, that's all you really need.
Plus, we need more, but that's all we're allotted because that's all the water we have in the East Fork.
Right. So if you kept the East Fork water going for 10 days and then took another?
No, you're
looking at additional.
We're looking at this water from Flint Creek, carrying our water, having enough carrying capacity to keep the system charged to carry our full amount of water that we're allotted.
Because the deeded rights on Flint Creek.
The decrees for Flint Creek will take that water.
They're not using creek water.
We're not using.
They're only using stuff that comes out of the East Fork.
Right, but there's quite a bit of Flint Creek coming down, bypassing those upper irrigators, isn't that correct?
No.
No?
No.
The gauge of Mexico says 109 CFS.
But it's being taken up once it gets from Maxville all the way to the bridge at White's at the Red Hill.
Farther down.
Yeah, right there. So that's, you got Buck Swamp, excuse me, I don't want to say names. You got 1, 2, 3 different places.
Yeah, they're public rights.
So anyhow, they're using their water from the decree, but then the decrees below that in Flint Creek, at the head of Flint Creek where our diversion is, we have to send that decreed water down but our stored water, we don't have enough stored water. Our stored water is coming down that, but we don't have enough in the creek to satisfy their decrees and put our stored water in the ditch.
So how long would you need more water for?
We're gonna be out on the 8th of August, so 10 days.
What I'm asking for is from Georgetown, how long would the release need to be?
10 days.
10 days.
Well, but that's only for the state ditch. That still doesn't take care of if anybody below our takeout.
But we would be totally shut off.
Correct.
So they will gain more.
Correct.
Yeah, in 8 days,
So
no
at
matter what,
Maxville.
the state ditch will be on.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, no matter what.
I'm trying to figure out a compromise on through this.
So the measuring device at Maxville has our contracted water in it. Our water out of the East Fork Reservoir is still in Flint Creek at the Maxville measuring device.
So it's being measured. Our stored water.
So that's not
is
actually
there.
all Flint Creek water is what he's trying to say. Some of that is our contracted
Of
water.
course, yeah, I understand that.
Yeah.
And I appreciate where you guys are coming on from on the upper end. We're in the same camp as you guys. We don't want to see things get to where we can't fill next year. Exactly. So like, what is that? We had Todd Blake working an analysis for us, but it was paid back at the beginning of the year or right after it was stopped and slowed down. And if you wait till October to pay it back, you don't get paid back because there's not the inflows. And so it's not the same as saying pay it back in October, it says paying back in September. So
that would be an equitable thing if it was paid back earlier, but that has some downsides too.
And having it earlier is not necessarily better either, because you can benefit also with the water in the fall. Just like they're talking about keeping the system charged and.
And I understand all the downsides every way.
Right, oh, absolutely.
Trying to figure out the best way through.
She had
the
a
downside.
comment there. Sorry.
Megan Seiferty. I just don't feel like our decreed Flint Creek water should be used to make up for ditch loss for each East Fork contract water. Because when we get turned down to 20 CFS come September 1st, we're the ones that deal with Dennis Ranch, McLean's Ranch, Dallasera Ranch.
But aren't you able to pull that water if we have to release this anyway? Because you're right, your decreed water
Yeah,
supersedes
but
ours.
when it gets turned down to 20 CFS, cuts are being made. Junior rights. get-
I'm talking about if this was at 40.
If it was at 40.
Yeah.
Well, I don't feel like it's our water to take. I feel like it's being turned up to satisfy some other need.
But your decree supersedes that.
Yeah, but it's like, I don't wanna take it now. You know, I just don't feel like we're mixing East Fork water and West Creek. Like I feel like West Creek decreed water is for the decreed users, not to convey the state water to the lower valley. Well, I don't feel that's fair.
Force complaint, state your name. Force complaint. Complaint, right? I was listening and there were some points made, and I have to agree that communication was key, not everybody was communicating on this. And also on the communication part, that maybe the irrigators should have had a meeting prior to this, so that they could actually have kind of an idea and we're not against each other. Because we need to be, helping each other out. And one of the questions that really hasn't been answered, who's paying this, who is paying the 20 inches back, the 10 inches back? Who's actually paying the back? Because if we're all paying it back and you're using our water to pay it back with, we're letting you use our water, our federal fee water out, then you're making us use our federal fee water to pay it back. To transfer, contract water out of East Fork down to the lower valley. One comment was, some was mentioned earlier in the meeting about the East Fork water, you can't use it all the time when it's high or it's full or whatever else, it's gotta go away. Has anybody ever thought about, is there any time that we could take East Fork water and fill Georgetown with it? I mean, it might cost a little bit, but in the long run, if we could get curly water out of East Fork that's just being going over the spillway or not being used, because the irrigators can't use it at that particular time, what if we fill it in Georgetown?
Well, if you can get water to go uphill,
No, I mean truck it, however, some way to get it there so we don't lose it, so we have it stored for in the fall. Use Georgetown Lake as a storage for later. So when you guys want more water later in the fall, you have East Fork water stored in Georgetown to take down there. It's just a thought. I'm not saying it's the way to do it.
First one, you
I'm
have to
looking
have
at-
storage right.
Yeah, it doesn't mean the right.
Okay, you gotta have a right to take this water out. You have the right to take this water out of Georgetown right now. This
Somebody
extra
does,
inches.
yeah, but.
So it's the same thing, if we have the right to go to the commissioners and say, we're gonna take water out, that we don't really have the right to, we're gonna pay it back. Well, what if we say, hey, we wanna store some water in Georgetown, so it's stored there for later. And if the commissioners agree to it, say, hey, we're gonna store X amount in Georgetown for the fall of East Fork water. Maybe it's a win-win for everybody. Instead of just letting it go down the creek and nobody gets to use it. We can store it in Georgetown. It's a thought.
Never thought of that.
I guess my question for you would be, do you object to the 40 CFS for a week? I mean, so the commission knows.
Yes, I object.
Okay, all right, I think that's important. And it's only be for a week is what, Fish and Game agreed to, so right now it can go to 10 days.
It seems like every time that the ditch gets turned off early, when East Fork gets shut off early, they seem to need more water, and you go to Georgetown and get more water. That's why I was looking at, how can we get East Fork water to pay back the water we take out of Georgetown? We're using this water out of Georgetown to help carry East Fork water down, which makes sense, because the more water you got, the more water you're gonna have lower down the valley to actually use it to do some good. It doesn't, because of your evaporation and everything else, the loss.
ditch loss. So it makes sense to have extra water to carry it, but how could you look at a way of taking East Fork water, pay it back?
Is that possible?
I guess I agree with what, Frank's saying on as far as how the right should be carried out. But I think there should be, I also think there should be consensus among the irrigators. Of course, it puts you guys in a very bad situation. And apologize for again, apologize for communication, but a lot of people were email, so they're going to, and yours bounced back to me and they got your direct one now, I believe.
Okay, Paul? I just, yeah, it's a tough deal. I agree with what Forrest said. I mean, I don't know if you guys, we wanna help y'all, out, not just upper or lower. But, if, I don't know, if we could come to an agreement on something for today temporarily and, maybe you guys do get together, have a meeting, maybe with Brad Learman and maybe one of us commissioners can go to that too, and I mean, see if there is some sort of a emergency order we can put in place for this year, or I mean, I don't know, what are your thoughts on that?
Chuck? One more thing, then we discussed this at length in the homeowners meeting over the weekend. And there was 3 attorneys in the room, and of the 3, they felt there was a really good case that you're in violation of a FERC order. And the last time there was a complaint in 2020, the FERC came back with operating instructions, and you've got those. And basically it said, once you're into the summer irrigating months, the lake outflow can't exceed 30 CFS. And there's a stipulation unless you're in unforeseen operating conditions, and you're not. So if the homeowners, and there's a consensus to do this, if this goes forward, we'll file a FERC complaint. It may come back favorable and it may come back unfavorable, but there's a way around that. And that's for you guys to call FERC and say, we're thinking about doing this. Is this allowed in our operating agreement or not? Because if they come back unfavorable, one of the consequences is a fine, and that does nobody any good. So we're talking about lack of communication. That would enhance your position and possibly avoid doing harm to a lot of unintended people. So that would be my suggestion right off the bat, is call FERC. They've got a complaint department. It's all over their website. That's how they enforce stuff. Call them and say, hey, we want to do this. Are we allowed for a week or what? Because it's pretty specific in the operating agreement that you're not. So
the county's done this before and FERC didn't have an issue with it.
And so FERC didn't know about it.
Yeah, I sent them an email. They did have no.
Well, if the county's done it before, then the odds are pretty good they're gonna allow it again.
Well, I don't like being told we're gonna get sued. I mean, I don't.
Yeah, the current FERC language.
I didn't say we're gonna get sued.
Yes, you know, something happen.
The current FERC language allows it, and that's my thing. You can go to FERC, but when it's been done before and they've allowed it, I think that's redundant. I don't have an issue with going to FERC, but it's allowed.
If you don't have an issue, then why not do it? So just one or two phone calls.
I just said that. Yeah.
Well, don't we do that anyway when we have?
Every time there's a temporary modification,
We go to all
consent
the
agreement, it's sent to FERC, or give a notice of it.
Everyone gets it, all the agencies.
Yes.
Go ahead, okay, Spencer Park, I just got a question. Do the homeowners have a right to the water, they have a legal water right? No.
So, fourth question I have is, I know the county commissioners have done this before and they've let water out before. And I guess to use that as a, example, but did you have a right before to do it? Just because it was done before doesn't mean you have a right to do it. So that's I guess, there's lots of examples that I could stick out there on the table to show, where I'm coming from, but just because I did it, got away with it, doesn't mean that was right. So did you actually have a legal right to do it? My question.
The first order says it's allowable if you have temporary modification consent through the 3 agencies. And so, that language trumps, in my opinion, and I guess, and other people have different opinions. And it's been done before that we sent it to we sent the notice to FERC who's being done, and they didn't, I mean, there wasn't a complaint filed. My strong opinion is that what they're proposing is allowable. Whether they do it or not is the decision of the commission.
Betty's got her hand up.
Who does?
Betty.
Go ahead, Betty. Sorry to hear.
It seems to me like this is where we go every single time we get threatened with, well, we're gonna go to FERC. This seems like it's a very unusual situation. I think the governor may even have a conflict of interest because he is a homeowner. But the commission may want to consider asking for an emergency situation to deal with this through this irrigation season. That's just a thought.
Thank you. Any other comments? So I guess we move ahead and see what everybody wants to do. That's kind of, we got about half for and half against, so it's gonna be a tough one.
I think whoever proposed the irrigators getting together and try to come up with something to present to you, I think that would be that's my advice.
So, but that would put it out till next week.
But I could have a special meeting here, emergency, so set one.
Okay, I have a question. So, of course, what you're saying is for East Fork can kind of pay it back, is that what you're saying? If, to fill Georgetown? I don't get that. You were saying that maybe, is that possible? Or if we could give them their 40, we could get it back from East Fork?
Doesn't work that way.
So if we could give them their 40?
No, that, in order to do that, you'd actually have to truck, okay, or you're gonna have to put some pumps in and pump it, because you can't get water to go uphill. I understand that part. But if there was water in Eastport that you could get early spring or whatever, that the irrigators cannot use, could they guarantee that water to be put back into Georgetown? Or could they actually find a way to put it in Georgetown in the early spring and use it later in the fall? This is something that's, hasn't been proposed. Maybe it's not at all possible, but it's also something to look at for the irrigators. Is there a way that we could utilize all of our water that we have? How do we make it work? How do we make it work with the homeowners and everybody else? We want to store water in there for later use. So we're not coming to the homeowner and saying, hey, we got the right to take this up. We're going to take it out, regardless. Because if we want our full 30, if it gets really dry and we want our full 30, we are entitled to the full 30 to keep coming out. The homeowners might not like it, but we have the right to that. So trying to make everybody happy, what's a way of using all of our resources so we don't drain everything down really low, and what we do have, we can keep it together as one to make it useful for everybody, at the time of needing it.
It'd be adding a storage driving, could look into it. I don't know that is possible.
And give me 1 minute on a related topic.
Yeah.
So this is gonna get all of us together sooner or later anyway. So the Silverbow owns storage right in Georgetown still. And Silver Lake. And it's being adjudicated right now. We got it delayed for 60 days while we considered what's going on. I looked up the storage right. They can store at past practice up to 6,000 acre-feet over the winter time. In the past, they've typically put water in the summer and take it out in January, February, or March, or all three. Some months they took 3,000 acre-feet. That's 11 inches off of Georgetown in the winter, sometimes more than that. So what are you gonna do that's when you guys are trying to fill. And so that is something for everybody to think about, whether or not to protest that abandonment. There's some upsides to it. Puts more water in Georgetown, but what are they gonna use it for? The timing, when do they wanna take it back? And so it hasn't been done realistically since 1975. That doesn't mean it can't be done in the future. Never say never. Okay, I'm done with that.
No. Jody?
I have a question for Frank, but with the East Fork situation, if there's an emergency declared, you think you know about what should be used?
You need to maybe speak up a little bit, please.
So if there's a state of emergency declared, if they're talking about Georgetown water, do you think that you could get some water out of East Fork if the state of emergency is declared?
So. Did you hear that? If there's an emergency declared by the governor, can the water be taken out of East Fork?
Tapped into it all, if there's any wiggle room there at all.
100%, sure.
Okay.
Cause if we did that, we end up putting more water down and using it faster.
And then the dam, the infrastructure would be at risk.
Yeah.
Because,
Too low. And the fish, right, yeah, there's some fish too. Sure, yeah, I don't know the percentages right off the top of my head. But that's not.
Yeah, I was just wondering. It could be kind of thrown in there too, if there was a state of emergency declared. Oh, that water done.
So I guess we're back to figuring out what we're gonna do. You guys wanna try to get together and compromise and come up with something? We can have a special meeting, or we can make it so we can make a call on that too, being it's an emergency.
Yeah, you can do a motion today to go with their recommendation ones within that, 7 days.
After we're ready.
Didn't see it there.
Go ahead.
Thanks again. I think we'd be on board, the increase if the payback didn't occur until after October 15th. We'd be on board with that. Because most of our rights, I think we ended at the end of 15th.
Is that everyone there, or? your
Most
thoughts
of our
on-
rights in on October 15th, and then all we have is stock water rights. So our irrigating rights are all the way up to about October 5th.
What do you draw for your game?
Over two, yeah, like 2 million. Inches, 280. It's what? Oh, inches. Irrigating right.
For certain tournaments?
For all of it.
All of it? Okay,
I can't hear a word you're saying.
Yeah, we're guys getting back there, we can't hear it,
I'm
say.
sorry, caught me off guard.
Chuck was asking him how much he's used, what his rights are.
He just happened to catch me off guard. They were asking, how much was actually coming out when you hit like the main part by, not the dam, but the pump house, you get down there, or our young ditch. I think we have like 647, don't quote me on it, or 800. I can't, remember right now, but we all are. I'm sorry, I'm not thinking properly right now.
All right.
I'm gonna listen.
It's all right. Well, the main thing, we're just trying to figure out if we can make something work, and we can have an emergency meeting, or we can make a motion today to accept what they bring to the table, even over the phone. Done that before.
Maybe has a
Jump to answer your question, between Genesis, Dallas Ayers, and McLean's, most of the Creek water is taking up
There,
there.
I can do that, yeah.
So all the water and is taking up there, and also out of it, helping the neighbors out, yes, we're not gonna be using every bit of it right now for the paying season. For all rights, except for that one question. you get down to B towards McDonald's, it's totally, whole creek's done. Georgetown's done pretty much. Now you're looking at all return flow.
Okay,
Brad,
so not bunches going past you, but once you guys are done past that.
Once
that-
we are satisfied, it's pretty much bigger.
Okay.
Betty, go ahead. And get everything.
I think the push comes from the Upper Valley folks having to pay back with decreed water. I think the payback is the push. And my suggestion on the emergency, calling an emergency situation would be to defray having to have a payback in October. I mean, everybody's trying to help each other, and the only ones that aren't are the agencies, and the agencies are making the call that you gotta pay it back, and they're not paying it back with Lower Valley water, it's paying back with decreed water. And so I think that's where the push is amongst the irrigators. You can have an emergency meeting, but you're just, once again, doing what I worried about is you're pitting Upper Valley against Lower Valley. You got a lot of cooks in the kitchen that are deciding what goes into this. And it's been more of a problem. The more people that move up there, the more agencies that get involved with the decision making, it makes it very difficult. So anyway, that's my 2 cents.
Thank you. So what's the, Jody, you have to speak up, Brad.
Is there
Yeah,
a way to
yeah.
get the payback adjusted, or there to be some sort of, give on that end of it?
Probably be a question for Brad.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask
Brad,
Brad.
are you there?
Did you hear that, Brad?
Which Brad?
Brad, there.
Brad Learman.
Yeah, there.
Yes, I'm sorry, I couldn't get my mute off there. So Jody, I guess what specifically are you thinking for adjustment and payback? Oh, definitely our position has always been, and I think it will be this time, that, I mean, the water has to be paid back because we're willing to help irrigators, but I mean, in a drought year, we already didn't fill Georgetown this spring, and so we can't really not pay the water back. So what were you thinking with an adjustment?
I wasn't thinking anything, I was just curious if there's a way for everybody to give a little bit. That's my question.
One comment came about the payback being after October 15th, but your thoughts on that, Brad?
Yeah, I don't think that would be acceptable. I mean, it's got to happen within the irrigation season, and because otherwise, I mean, that water's going to stay in Georgetown anyways after October 15th. So, yeah, no, that's probably not gonna fly.
So what date will fly?
So if you'd use 1 week of water, 10 CFS, you would probably be able to accomplish pretty close to the payback by turning down 10 CFS, being at 20 for a week before October 15th. So, and like Chuck said, there's some subtleties in those numbers, and Todd Blythe would probably need to calculate and make sure they're accurate, but it's approximately that.
So Brad, so if we do that, then we could pay that 20 inches back or whatever October 1st?
October 7th.
Yes.
October 8th.
As long as before there's enough time limit, right, for before the 15th of October?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, I think that volume of water could easily be paid back in a week later on. Yeah.
But we could do it starting October 8th.
If the release is just from.
And if it's 10 CFS for 7 days, which that's what you guys are asking.
That'll be 10 per week.
What I understood, they approved a week's worth of increasing. That's what
Yeah,
I understood.
correct.
Yes,
Yeah.
Pretty much up. She was from the way. Go ahead.
I have a question for the commissioners. How much water do you guys need to have come out of there?
The more the better, we make more money, but it's pretty much, we've gone from making 100,000 down to this year, we make 51, cause it just gets dictated on what we can do and can't do. We make $51,000 this year on that, and we can't, it's breaking us. I mean, when we really, like we said, when we really wanna let it out, we don't get approval. We fight year round trying to do this.
Well,
And
what,
it comes down to this, when people need it, now we're back to square one.
what do you actually need to have come out of that?
Well, in the money making, it's nice to have it at 45. You know, 40 is 45, they don't like get much more than that, cause you can, the air will lock in them, we'd have a major. So,
I think what you're asking is, well, how little can you produce power with what's the flows that are the least amount to produce power?
at least we've been down to 8 to 10, and it's just pretty much.
Is that what you were saying?
Well, yeah, cause I mean, I'm just trying to look at, there was a comment made about we can't pay it back after the 15th because it's not irrigating part of it. Well, yet, after October 15th, you are still storing the irrigated water in the reservoir for power. So if you're actually storing our water for power, if we pay it back after the 15th, we're still letting you store our water up there for the generation of power. So in a sense, you've got the whole time till we need it for irrigating that you're storing, it goes back to the original agreement. You are storing the irrigated water till you need power. So in a sense, we're still paying it back after the 15th. So my question was, is what's the minimum amount that you can actually take out of it?
To keep
everything, to keep you guys satisfied on the power plant and everything else.
But I have to follow the FERC order, which is lesser of 10 CFS or inflows, whatever's lesser there. And so it's a temporary modification to adjust it from that. So giving it back after October 15th, would be an issue.
That's the thing, there's so many hands involved. It's not good for anybody. Lee,
I just want to comment one more thing. Before you hit October 1st, you're going to be below 2 feet low. And that's another reason. That's a second reason why you may have to limit outflows. One reason is you have to pay back. Another reason is you've hit that 2 foot low measure. Just wanted to add that. Thank you.
Well, I would have help doing that, help you.
so I guess we're kind of dead or stalled here, so.
I guess Megan, you guys, gonna suffer the most for the cutback, would you be okay with pumping it up 10 CFS for the next 10 days for Lower Valley, as long as we can do it after payback after 1st of October?
I think we're done there. Yeah.
That'd be 7 days, 7 days.
Yeah, whatever, yeah.
Well, if we can make an agreement here today, then we can get moving on it, and, we wouldn't have to lose any more time, especially if it's coming to the haze. That's the whole concern, I guess.
And then I still think that all of us need to come up with some plan and agreement with the Fish and Game for future purposes and future times, even this year maybe, but.
Comment, Monica?
No, we're just talking about the fishing game.
Oh, let's just stay on this for right now. Sorry, I just don't wanna get big. Go ahead, Jody.
I have to go, this is Jody, but I'm in favor of, if you're wondering what the irrigators are thinking of increasing the flow right now, we can pay it back as late as possible in October.
October 5th to the 8th and 15th.
8th to the 15th, or whatever that week ends up being, so.
Frank, what?
I just think I don't know. I would like to have all the irrigators get the board, all the directors together, but I don't think we can do it fast enough at this point, so.
I think we all need to do that.
You guys just make a decision.
Well, we can make the motion and, we just wanna make sure everybody's on the same board, cause like I said, the committee, there's some communications gotta get a lot better amongst all of this. We're just gonna have to start having a little more meetings where we're all here and trying to figure out before this last second, and we're all like, shit, now what? I mean, we have it on the agenda every week, and I'm not saying that, but I know that people don't look at it. If we could maybe set up, have quarterly meetings, just so we're on the same page and see what we're making and what we need to do, and start thinking ahead of time. That's my opinion. Oh, that counts. Go ahead, Betty.
I just wanted to add, you know, the homeowners are giving, the irrigators are giving. The only one that's not giving are the agencies, and they're holding tight to things. And that's why I think the county commissioners ought to look into an emergency declaration to see if that 2-foot level can be overlooked at one point, if anything can be done, because we're over a barrel. And if we don't end up going along with stuff, then we have folks that want to sue everybody. So, I mean, that's not good either. And if this is hopefully a short-term situation, it might be something that we can deal with. But I want to thank the commissioners for taking time to listen to everybody today. I know it's a lot to take in, and I appreciate it.
Thank you. So I guess I'll go ahead and entertain a motion so we can get moving ahead and see what the agencies, and they sound like they're try on board, and if it's gotta be the payback. Right, we all on the same board here?
I have a quick question. So if we're gonna do a payback between the 7th and the 15th, what happens if it doesn't produce enough water and it's not paid back? Then what?
My suggestion would be to contact Todd, have him figure out what the payback is and work from there. So you know if it's NCFS or whatever, he can calculate that by what's come out, that can't calculate it. So make the decision his.
Brian?
Well, overall, it's still gonna be 30 CFS coming out. 30 CFS trumps 2-foot rule. Yeah, so, you gotta let 30 CFS, I think we're consistent with what you're.
That's what we're in. So.
One at a time. One at a time. One at a time, there, Brian was explaining some stuff too, so.
So, if you did a motion right now for 40 CFS for 7 days, paying it back in the last 7 days in the irrigation season, that would be consistent, and it's allowable by the agencies. It'd be legal.
So for example, it would be 40 and that we pay it back, it would be down to 20.
Yeah.
And that would pay it back, right?
I hope, yeah.
Yeah, hopefully.
We get the Todd Life model.
You guys.
I guess I don't understand why it wouldn't pay it back. It's simple math. It's 10 CFS.
Cause the inflows are not the same later in the year.
Right, but there's.
So it's still,
We're cutting 10 down.
Right, but, yeah, so 10's 10.
Yeah.
So go ahead and.
I'll motion to go up 10 CFS to 40 CFS for 7 days, with the payback being the last 7 days. Or the
Last 7 days.
October 18th to the 15th.
I'll second that motion.
Public comment? Being none, all in favor?
Aye.
Yeah, I definitely think we should have quarterly meetings, maybe with everybody, and it'll help, huh?
Yeah, I can get everyone email too, that if you put it on the sheet or, yeah.
And what, pray for rain?
Thank you, everybody, this was a good meeting, appreciate it.
Thank you for your time.
Thanks.
You want us to put emails like on the back?
Yeah, if you would, please, yeah.
Yeah, all
Thanks.
right, yeah,
Okay.
rip one of them off if you have to, you rip one off.
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah, you just do a new one if you want.
Oh, we may do that.
Pretty
Don, can I get your email too? I got yours.
We get that one, so I just.
Yeah, guys.
Thanks for.
Thanks, man.
Thank you. Yeah. Maybe where I worry more about everyone on with that day. Because then, and they're on.
Those probably.
I get your email too, Don.
Thanks, everybody.
You know, and that's something I don't understand why unconsiderable has the storage on Georgetown Lake, why they.
Because of the money.
Well, the other.
MRI.
And.
Hey, so. I still didn't really get my question answered. Alright, so on this payback, why can't the county pay back from the two? What's the lowest you can go? I know you're gonna pay back with, it's a done deal, but this has been going on and gonna keep going on, and we need to get it kind of nip in the bud, because you're allowed, you gotta wait, doing something, you're allowed to go in.
Right here.
Well, my question was,
Yep, right
getting
there.
back, you're dumping out 10 extra, we're gonna cut it back when you pay back 10 extra. What I was trying to get across is what's the minimum that you have to let out? Or maybe the county
Take care.
is helping pay some of that back.
Well, the minimum that has to be let out is for like fish or whatever,
Right.
so, yeah, like
Right.
five or six CFS has to be let out.
I see,
Yeah.
so we don't have to let out 5 or 6, yeah, that, and we wanna pay this back a little bit faster. And I'm not just as a irrigator, I'm looking at the whole deal. What would everybody have to give us on this? Don't say, okay, we're way too low below.
Are you talking on for the electricity?
I'm talking electricity, I'm talking all of it. What would we have to do to put it down to that very, very minimum?
Where the,
Michigan has said 5 or 6, I think.
but for the power plant to make money, it has to be at least 10. They don't make any money
But
on
minimum
it.
for fish is,
Yeah.
yeah, 5 or 6.
So maybe we might just have to let it, this. Down from that 5 or 6. Right,
For
we
a
won't
week.
make nothing and then.
For a week,
And
and then it goes back a lot faster. It's
Yeah.
happier. And then you can go back to your 30.
The thing about them hydros coming after.
Thanks, Lon.
Cause
I
I think they
understand
have
that.
a. Has to be going through there, otherwise it'll.
Yeah.
Yeah, but see, that's the thing, I'm sort of trying to explain it, that I know what you're saying, but there's still gotta be amount enough. That you can't drop hydro out of it either.
Well, I understand that, but I was just trying to figure out how everybody could put down to the very bare minimum. We're gonna pay this thing back in a week. All right, no, we don't wanna hit the 2 foot mark, we don't wanna make it too low, we still wanna have enough water going to make it all work, for everybody, that you don't just dry up, you can't just go water down a ditch and then dry it up.
The thing is,
Go
though,
to
the
the
fish,
minimum to get it back up. as
Fish
fast
for
as
Life
we can.
Parks has to agree to that after the irrigation season, that extra give back, they have to agree to.
Well, I'm talking even in the irrigation system, what could everybody drop it down to, so everybody's happy for a faster maker.
But if you drop it below 30 CFS and anyone objects of the irrigators, then it's not allowed. So dealing with lots of conditions.
That's why I think, if it was really bad, we, excuse us, hey, excuse us. But the thing about this is why we try to have, and we keep asking for comments before this gets right to here, so we don't wait till the last minute.
Right.
And we say it every week, and then we put it out last week just so we get some, but this is year round, that we're begging for people, you guys, and all of this to come to us so we can have a plan set. But if we don't all work together, and I know, I keep saying, I know what you're saying, but there's only a certain amount that you can actually drop it down and to pay back. And then we're in the problem with the other stuff.
It'd be beneficial if the irrigators had reps that they agreed and then came to the commission.
There's
That
too
would be
many
the-
hands in with
Yeah.
a little bit of water.
Well, like Betty said, there's too many cooks in the kitchen, they all want their own spices in
Yeah.
there, and the meal doesn't turn out.
Yeah.
But.
Well, we better move on, we got.
All right,
Thanks, Lord.
sorry, thanks.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead into 11 o'clock, collective bargaining. Come on up.
How are you guys today?
Good. Yeah.
So did we get that figured out then on what we were said that was only gonna be up to,
Right, so I
It wasn't
misunderstood.
another 50, I
Yeah.
guess, I'm glad we caught.
I misunderstood.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it did come back with a counter from the guys. And that's, I think that's,
Now,
I know. Literally, the only thing that we had left was the part I put in yellow. Sherry,
So-
my card.
so let's say we we was gonna go up to that 12 cents.
Well, that's,
They
yeah,
want 25 cents plus the 12 cents?
no, just 25.
Oh, I just see where it says additional 25 and.
So a total of 63.
So a total of 63, so
That's not a 13 what we were gonna do, right?
For both road crew and solid waste.
Okay, wait a minute. So you want an additional 25 cents from the county, putting the counties up to 75 cents an hour?
yes,
And then
Total.
their portion would still be the 12 cents?
yeah. I keep trying to get a little bit more in there, but.
So I'm back to this, I thought it was great, cause then we've already we're giving them a raise, we're giving them plus that to go into the center, which nobody else did. And then we're doing that, so they could go to training. My opinion, I wanna stay with that just up to 50 cents, and then, I mean, we can't just keep.
Okay, because it was 38 cents and then it was 12 cents that the employees contributed. So we brought it up from 38 cents to 50 cents, and then the employees still paying their 12 cents.
Put whatever they want in, right?
And so they want an extra 25 cents, 75 cents per hour. That turns into, that's a lot. That's an awful lot when we, give them an opportunity or we have a voluntary retirement, and then we pay what we pay for their already retirement with PERS. And then to throw another 75 cents on top of that, plus giving them $1 an hour is, no, I don't agree. I think, I'm sorry.
I feel back what we have said.
One thing, I guess from my perspective, it's something the other employees don't even get. The
No, they
county
don't.
employees don't get anything in.
Kind of having a union though too is.
Yeah, it's, definitely, negotiated, but, they're not. But your argument on they already get PRS too.
Say that again.
They already get PRS.
Yes.
They're getting two,
Yeah.
they're getting 2 retirement.
They get,
Yeah.
and the county pays more. Their interest is higher into their fund. I'm not sure what it is. Like, I think, I'm just giving this example, 7% the employee pays and the county pays maybe 8.5%.
I think it is, I think it's like 7 for the county, and another like 1 or 1.5 for the state that also puts in.
And then
At least that's how it's.
to be fair with the other employees, that when we started paying for your union retirement, we made it so that the employees could pay in, and we paid them $25 a month. And that was also offered to the road crew, so they have that too.
What is that? I guess. I'm not-
It's nationwide.
Oh, okay, yes, we talked about that last time. Yeah.
So they're
Three,
getting
yeah,
that
be
too.
3, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not.
And then what, did you make a comment on the other employees get more, or did you say something like that?
No, I was just saying that, when you said it's not everybody's getting this, and I said, well, that's all because they're not in a union, so they don't have somebody pushing for what they want. I will say with the operator's pension, compared to PERS will run out. That's what you put into it. Operator pension will go for their entire lifetime, and then it has death benefits, which then it's handed down to either a spouse or a child. So it actually has a longer lifespan than PERS will.
PRS, once you pass away.
Yeah. As far as I know, I'm not 100% sure, I've heard they go through your section first, and then if you were to pass away, county or city or state would keep whatever they contributed. So
That's
there's-
great. That's awesome.
The people that who saved your money, you don't get it back.
But that's the way it is, and lucky for the union that they don't do it that way. But that doesn't necessarily mean that, okay, because they have it for life, we need to pay more into it from our share.
Right. No, this is just a negotiation where this is what they're asking for.
I'm still stuck on what we said. I mean, we just keep give, and, I mean,
Yeah, I actually thought we had an agreement on the 50 cents, but I guess there was confusion over.
Well, just because of a misread on people, then all of a sudden now they want more. They're thinking that, you know, that we quoted it. And I've got told by a couple, when you quoted it, I said, no, it was said.
So I guess is red what they're asking for then, on all this?
That's just where we started off, so,
So where do we end up with some of the stuff that's already agreeable to?
Agreed to the $1 an hour wage increase, the training costs, 50 cents on pensions, the county pay as a total amount.
Clothing allowance?
And the clothing allowance would stay the same.
Cause we're already buying all their clothes.
So clothing allowance is $430, and the reason they wanted $430, that was up 2 years ago, is because we have to pay them through the payroll, and so they take the deductions, and they wanted the whole $400. So that was what that
So we're
is.
paying them 400 or 450?
so at road department it's 430, at solid waste is 400.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thought there's more wear on the road crew and the clothes.
Well, and then we provide
The
the safety gear and stuff, and the gloves.
Yeah, hard hats now and then everything. The gloves, the glasses, everything.
All the PPE.
Yeah, the only thing they've got to really supply themselves is boots and pants.
And I don't think they all realize that, at least.
We've explained it and I'm been.
Okay.
And I'm sorry that they don't understand.
Okay.
It's just-
So we came back and said that we give them $1 per hour. Now they want $1.50 more per hour. Is that what this is?
No,
Joe, we're just talking about
just
pension.
pension.
Oh, okay.
So in my initial one, I came with a 50 cent, they want 50 cent put into their pension. And then
Right.
you guys came back, this is where the misunderstanding
Okay,
was,
we'd go up to 50% on our share.
yeah, but you guys were already at 50 on road department. So
No,
that's why
we're
it
at
was
38 cents.
38, we went up, that's why we said we go up.
Okay.
50. That's where the whole thing got
And
mixed
it's
up.
not, yeah,
that's
it's
why-
not clear in the contract, so.
Okay.
Make it much.
Yeah, it was 38 cents, and then the road paid 12 cents. And then was the solid waste, did we pay 38 cents and they didn't pay anything?
That's where they're at, yeah.
Yeah. So what we're doing for solid waste is 50 cents, and they're still not contributing anything on
As of
their
right
own.
now, they're not,
Okay,
yeah.
and they wanted it 25 cents more.
So the 38 and the 25. That's, so if you have
Oh,
63,
30 and the 20.
yeah, so
So 63
63
for our, for
yeah,
us.
63 cents for your contribution.
And
I think
what-
that,
and what their contribution would be 75 cents then.
No.
it's whatever they vote on, they can,
37, cause they go through it
Okay.
all. Right?
what's that?
Well, our contribution would be 63 cents is what they're asking for,
Yes,
right?
that's what the ask is,
And then
yeah,
with their contribution for 12 cents or whatever, it'd be
yeah.
35.
Yeah.
So really, they're just asking us for another 13 cents
Yeah,
in retention,
I think it comes out,
And then they'll pay, still pay their.
12.
yeah.
So instead of us putting 50 in, they must put 63 in.
Yeah, we'll have a total pack too. Which I think that 13 cents came out to $1,996.
It's just that. What you don't realize is just. And our mill levy is gonna go down, that's a given. We're gonna have to use more mills to get with the.
So I guess, yeah, the issue is what you wanna counter offer or just, or stay with the same.
I just think they staying with the off.
Well, I felt it was fair increasing it from 30 cents up to 50 cents. And then they paid the 12 cents on their part. Because it was 38, so even that adds up. I mean, you look at the deductions and how with every person, it's what the county's paying for. What do you guys think? Go up to the 25 cents, which makes it 63 cents.
What do you want to do?
Always step out.
No, it's public, it's a public meeting.
Oh, yeah.
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 I just want this over with.
Okay, so they're asking for a 25 cent increase on their union dues contribution.
13 cents more than what we offered.
What I,
13 cents more than what the total 25 cents.
what I advise is you guys, the commission just does the motion on what you wanna, what the county would pay per hour for employee. And then they decide what they wanna put in. Is that fair?
Yeah.
Alright.
Oh, yeah, we wouldn't decide what they. want.
Yeah, but this would just be the total amount per employee per hour.
So the total for per employee on the county contribution is 63 cents. They want an extra 25 cents on 38 cents.
But you'd already agreed to 50, so
Yeah,
it's either stay the same or count, or counter offer different.
Yeah, we agreed to increasing from 38 to 50.
Yeah.
I'll make a motion, we stay with what we offered.
The 50 cents per employee.
I'll second that.
I would comment. Favor?
Aye.
The cent.
The cent both.
You're opposed?
Cent, I don't know enough about this yet.
Well,
Well, we offset, that's why we're doing it earlier. Why we're setting it at that, cause then it's gonna pay into it.
I look at this at the budget and revenue side, what we get and what we pay out. And when 63 cents doesn't seem like it's just that horrendous, I mean, it seems really fair, but when you look at it and you add it up on a monthly basis that we're paying out plus and what we're receiving, I mean, the road fund itself, we supplement it big time. So
They did get COLA too, we didn't talk about that, so COLA plus the dollar.
So that was this where it says increases COLA plus $1.50, was that before? Plus 50 cents per hour to go to central pension.
That was my initial
Oh,
proposal.
was that the initial one? Yeah. You wanted $1.50 an hour?
No, the COLA plus $1 for wages and the 50 cents for the pension.
Well, it's the increased wages COLA plus $1.50 per hour, plus 50 cents per hour to go to central pension. That's what that says.
I might have double typed it then.
Okay.
The pension was.
Yeah, I mean, that's.
COLA, the $1, and then 50 cents.
50 cents. Okay. That was what we brought back to you, the dollar, and then we go up to 50 cents.
Right, and that's what I didn't understand, was the fact that you guys were going off the total of what you're already doing, not a proposed new amount.
No, but when we said we was at 30, it would go up to 50, and they never got put in, like you're saying.
Yeah.
Or just
Well,
misunderstanding.
originally what we did, it was 38 cents, and then we said we'd pay 48 cents. And then,
They went to 50.
yeah, came back, we paid 50 cents, we'll do for the county portion, and then the 12 cents.
Right.
That they pay out of their share for their, so, okay, and that makes it, right? No, 88 cents, 88 cents. Where'd that much come?
Yeah.
Or, yeah, depending on which one we're talking about, but
Yeah,
Alrighty, the other thing I was gonna ask you, one for right here is, the solid waste employee from the Guilford site is supposed to be in this morning to go over this job description, and say he talked to you and you've had problems with the.
no, he just wants clarification. I think,
I tried to give it to him and he's not, the job description is not changing at all. It's just that he is a supervisor of that site.
there's a lot of change in the job description. Doing financial stuff and
He doesn't do financial.
it's in the job description that he has to do some financial stuff and reporting.
Like that.
Taking money and doing
Put on
the thing,
the computer.
It was more about, it sounded like budgeting. So,
They don't budget.
well, that's what it sounds like. Then I read it, that's how I took it,
No,
but. I think he's looking from the previous supervisor. Things were not done along the policy, within policy guidelines. Things weren't being done. And so he wants a clarification of this is what he's expected to do by policy. Because that's not what was expected for the last year.
that's because we got rid of the supervisor.
Right, and so he wants. to-
Okay, so I see right here, it says, performs duties in the, sorry, I didn't mean
No,
to
you're good.
interrupt. Performs duties in the area of administrative office management and personnel supervision. That should not be in there,
well.
right?
If they're a supervisor of the site, then they're gonna be over the other
Temporary.
employees, the temporary, that should be in there.
Or they don't do administrative work on it, it's usually done in the clerk and recorder's office.
Well, would administrative work be?
So is this the question that he's worried about?
I think one of them, yeah.
There's
I mean,
likely some administrative parts of
Yeah.
it.
Like what?
Giving, giving you guys updates, that would be administrative.
But I mean,
If you're asking for a proposed budget,
Yeah. Yes.
I think for you guys to know actually, what's coming up, what's needed there, I think that's.
Handling
Yeah.
cash, probably.
Um,
That fall underneath that maybe.
There's a
Yeah.
petty cash.
yeah,
Yeah. But I mean, it's.
But he does
nothing-
that.
It's
That's
nothing,
normal,
it's
yeah.
nothing
Yeah.
different though.
It's not any
But-
different than what, it's not any different than what he's been doing.
I think he needs to come in and the questions could be clarified in the
Yeah.
job description, and if he's got.
cause I don't think we're all on the same page. When I tried to talk to him, he was all over everywhere. And I'm like, we're not changing that or that. It's just, you got,
He's still doing his same job, he's just reporting to us instead of
Instead of to
the other superintendent. That was the previous one.
so what other problem was he having with it?
Let's see. You have a print off of it? I don't have it with.
Yeah, right. I think that's it.
Thank you.
I read it right. Got the right one, yeah.
Yeah, it is. I think one of my questions I had with it was there going to be a difference in wages also? Was something that I asked him. and he
well,
said
that's what he
yeah.
kinda threw at me too. And I said, well,
Okay.
we're not changing it.
Okay, so this is where you guys are a little confused here, because the supervisor position has always been there, and there's lower positions than that. And Jody was a supervisor, and so was John Kendall. Well, John Kendall was supervising both until there was and then they made Jody a supervisor. So when Todd was hired, it was in that supervisory position. So the pay was at Jody's, which was supervisor.
Okay,
Okay,
Thanks.
so there isn't a difference he
No.
didn't make a difference in the pay.
That's
That's
what I
what,
explained.
yeah.
okay.
Did you
It's
tell
just
them
more
that?
that,
Yeah.
it's just the commission is now the direct
Yeah.
supervisor and not the.
Yeah, that's the only change.
Not the manager.
Who does he need to, I know this is a question, because he said I can do some maintenance, but I'm not a heavy equipment mechanic. So if there's times where that backhoe needs repaired, does he let you guys know?
They
Does he
let
let
us
the road
know, and
department?
we call our mechanic. come
Okay.
fix it.
Yeah.
Same as they did before.
Right.
Paul.
Okay,
So instead of calling Paul, he called
right,
the commission.
Yeah.
okay.
They,
Well, I think he
Yeah.
didn't get much from Paul, I think. It's one of the problems is that a lot of stuff just kind of got pushed off to the side or, you know,
They just gotta be careful on the,
Yeah.
public meeting here.
So do you looked over this again and you felt that what I said?
Yeah, I
should
think
be
he
in there?
needs, I think he needs to potentially come in and, go over it, maybe it does need a little.
That's what he was supposed to be in here this morning, cause he told me to come with you this morning.
Oh, I did not know that.
See, this is.
Yeah, he said
And
that,
then no showed.
that you guys were coming in together.
Oh, he didn't say, I never got a response back saying that this was gonna be on the agenda today. I asked him if that would be on the agenda today, and so I think he put it into his report, last weekend maybe, but I'm not 100% sure, but he did not. Yeah,
He told me he was coming in with you, cause he was on
That's what he
early.
told me too.
This was his.
okay.
And then of course, so the job description, but he told me he's bringing you in to talk to you, and that's why I was asking, well, I don't understand what you're trying to figure out.
Right.
Well, I guess we could put him on the agenda, but he needs it next week to come in.
At 9:30.
Okay,
Okay.
yeah, yeah, I didn't know 9:30, yeah.
Well, if we could probably get him earlier, cause he opens at 10, we can get him early.
We can get him right there, yeah,
Or even earlier.
Yeah.
yeah.
Just so that it shouldn't take too long.
No, I mean, yeah, cause he said he had to, read it over, so.
I
Yeah,
agree
he-
upon a time right now, he
Yeah,
does.
and I'll go talk to him.
Let's just go 9:30, it ain't gonna take long, then he can go to work if he's a couple minutes late, that's just, otherwise we gotta try to figure out, change all the other ordinance correspondence, public comment for 5 minutes difference between him and Paul, it could be that big a deal.
Yeah.
Let's just go 9:30, okay?
Okay.
So did he show you a job description and pinpoint?
We just did through email. I haven't gone by and seen him face to face. I've been all over the place.
Okay.
Well, you can keep that.
Oh, thank you. Perfect. But I should have time. I can go swing by there real quick if he's not got a line of cars. And
Yeah, kind of get
We'll
on,
go
so we're
over
all
it
on the
again.
same page, cause he's saying, you say, he say, and I say, and I.
Right.
We're getting way out of. You know, we need to just get it, so.
down.
Yeah, send him an email to confirm the time.
Okay.
All righty, well, we're way behind, so we better get trying to catch up here. Thanks.
Thank you guys.
Yeah, we're coming in.
Have a good day.
Yeah, you too.
You, thanks.
All right. We'll go ahead into that Purdue Farmer Class A action settlement.
Okay, so, there was, there's a class,
Was there a comment? No, sorry, Blaine.
that's okay. There was a class action lawsuit against Purdue Pharma. A lot of local governments joined it. So then they, are in the process of a, chapter 11 reorganization. And so basically, there's a, request to either approve or deny this, the plan going forward. The plan, the reorganization plan is for, find it here. The, Purdue, well, actually, it'll be given a new name. It'll have a new, the name of the company will be Kanoa Pharma LLC. But the agreement is basically for 6.5 billion in aggregate over the course of 15 years, with 1.5 billion paid upfront right away. Let's see. And then there's trusts would be set up and we'll pay it out. Ultimately, the amount coming to Granite County is not substantial. I don't have any issues with this. They're asking for your yes or no vote on their plan on a ballot. The green sheet is the ballot. My advice is to approve it.
I motion to approve
There's somewhere else.
The plan.
the plan.
Yeah.
Yes, second.
Public comments? Being none, all in favor? There's someone need to sign?
Yeah. Yeah, they like to say lots of stuff.
You want to listen to
Well.
those? What the hell was that?
it's probably all the documents on the.
Yeah, there was one in each of those.
Yeah.
Don't drive.
Yeah.
They're serious about getting out the info. So the paper before is the accept, so mark that. Alright. Oh.
Public health nurse, I just wanted to just look over it, go ahead and start on it, we're finishing this up. There wasn't, I just think that we need to start looking at
And
these.
she has this. The new one, updated, is this updated? It's June of 23. Oh, it's not updated.
It's the one from her
Just gonna take
file.
on the responsibilities.
Yeah, it's the one from her file. So if there's changes.
7022, give them Miranda.
Did she know that this was on the job description, or this was on the agenda? She didn't.
What's
I
that, right?
don't know the Scott.
Did she know this was on the agenda?
Jackie, tell her.
Please, July 29th.
Thanks, man. Let me say, yeah, 'cause, she's on the thing, we can talk to her.
Thanks.
It's pretty much
Let's see the other.
just to go over it and look at it.
Okay.
Okay.
Whatever.
Okay.
So the, I'm starting, yeah, I just have a couple questions.
What's that?
She has this, the county health nurse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and there were duties in here that her administrative assistant was doing, but now they're gonna fall back onto her.
Correct,
Okay, and she knows this.
correct. They've
Okay.
talked and
Okay.
I think that's why she's on, I think we can put her name's on there if we can.
Yeah, she's there.
And we can
I
ask
see
her.
B. Robinson there.
And we can ask her the same thing that you just asked, so we'll make sure that it's on the record, and then if she has questions on this, then we can go.
Okay.
Are you there, Deb?
I'm here, I just can't get my picture to come up.
Do what?
I can't get my photo to come up, I have a new computer.
Could you, call in on the phone then, please?
Okay,
Thanks.
Well, she can,
Cause we just hung up. Yeah, if she just calls in on the phone, then
she's got her,
She's a no picture to get her videos work.
her picture thing won't work.
She hasn't figured it out yet. It's a new computer.
Easy, hey, relax.
I didn't know I had a camera on my computer for about like 2 years. Because I social button popped up. Oh, there it is.
oh, yeah, let's cover this. So we didn't get Jackie's question resolved
Did what?
because he never showed up.
I never showed up.
Jackie's question on
The dumping
dumping that into the
oil.
oil with oil in it.
I think that's why she's.
Here's your copy.
So
Yeah.
I guess we need to call out and ask him just at the site, where did you get this info?
Yeah.
This one.
Yeah,
Call up there.
yeah. I think so. Okay.
Fun stuff.
What's the dump number again?
Eight five nine 1002. These are my copies.
Yes. One thing I'd say on the emails, I mean, the notice could be a little better, but when you email one family member that owns a ranch, I mean, I assume that they're gonna let the other family members know, but obviously not.
I don't know if this is,
Don't assume anything, right?
right.
Hey, you know what it does to you? Well, I mean, how many people have updated emails now too from, did they
Yeah.
ever?
Yeah,
Like,
Forrest's email got sent bounced back, and I talked to Dean, got his new one and sent him stuff, so yeah.
always on.
So on that dam thing around like East Fork, can they give water?
I mean, like, typically you could, but that's gonna be a huge can of worms of water rights, cause like Clay Creek's water rights, East Fork's paid water, so
Yeah,
if you're using one that's overfilling more than the other one, I mean, you could do it, but I mean, that'd have to be agreement
yeah.
they would have to come up with, not us.
Another issue that needs resolved is people need measuring devices, and they're required to, and a lot of
I
people
thought they-
don't.
yeah, it's by
I mean,
law.
it's
They're
statute,
supposed to.
yeah, you're supposed to have measuring devices, so. Need it, yeah, need to have measuring devices, have a water commissioner and.
They need a
start
water
to-
commissioner, I mean, like,
And Laura, is there one up here? I don't know if there's one up here.
there is.
Oh, is
the
there?
state
Okay.
ditch. I don't remember
Okay.
who it is,
So who owns East Fork? The state,
so. Yeah, DNRC.
Yeah,
DNRC?
I think.
yeah, you're talking about the water or
The water.
the dam?
He said we go, we'll have to make it.
I mean, who's in charge of the water?
The water, users that buy the water,
Yeah,
that'd be
How
the,
that-
the state ditch up here and the Allendale ditch.
Oh,
but it's all with the
It's
DNRC?
I think, well, that's what from, Frank
Yeah,
said, they
yeah.
gotta deal with DNRC, safety
Yeah,
protocol, and all that,
DNRC.
so I'm guessing DNRC.
Okay, well, we'll have
But
to
it's
get
state
that
water,
from
Yeah.
Pacific,
They need
just so
to,
we have it here.
Work done,
That's
and the
the
state said
policy
we'll do
of
part of it
everything,
and
that we'll have to follow it,
they're
otherwise
you don't
we'll
have
to
any
steal.
rights
That's no
to
big
it.
deal, but we just.
No, they're
need to
stealing
know
all my
that.
water.
That's the
Shouldn't
Pacific
cost
saying
them
all
this,
this,
but,
but
no,
we'll have to call them and they can send something along.
Lon and Frank's right about it, they can only go to that dam so much being an urban dam, but they.
I mean, we can't just
saturated.
start telling
He
people,
understands water
we
rights.
don't
pretty
know
good.
up here is what I'm saying. So.
Yeah, should go on the computer.
I think.
Yeah, no, I totally understand that, I just, though it's not in the policy thing, we have to make a policy not to accept. If it has fuel or oil in it, just, we have to make a policy, we can't just start telling people we don't have it on, you know. No, I just went through that.
Need to call, yeah, this if.
Okay, well, we'll make sure and tell Jack. We'll get a hold of Jack and tell her we're making a policy that it has to be drained, but could you make sure Pacific gets hold of us and lets us know? Alright,
It needs to be posted.
and then we'll post,
I'll let John know too.
Figured it was Pacific, you know.
Yeah.
yeah, well, we just need to get a sign up too, but we have to make the policy before we put the sign up. Yeah, no, it's just people. Alright, thanks. Yeah, get a hold. you know, Hope Pacific, and then we'll move ahead with it, get it took care of, no big deal. Yeah, have them email us, so we have them writing, then we can give it to Jackie and these other people, and then we'll make some signs and get them put up. Thanks. Okay, thanks. Bye.
Yeah, I don't know that you guys necessarily need to do it, but if Pacific has that policy, then you can just put a sign up that says, yeah, you have to have it.
Well, he said, well, it's just common sense, he didn't really get told that. Oh, at first he started.
Yeah, but yeah, contacting Pacific, because maybe what they require, you don't know.
So anyway, we get that took care of. I guess back to Deb Cohen.
I think she might have on here. I just was waiting. She called Zoom.
She'll have to call in on the phone if her camera don't work.
Is this her phone number right here?
I have no idea. I don't know if that's.
I mean,
I don't know how Zoom.
we've turned people away. If the cameras don't work, we can't put you on, because that's what we're sticking to our policy. Yes.
Is she on her cell phone? Then her
You
camera
guys,
is on
you've
her cell
given
phone.
people time to, if they've had a problem, a few weeks to get it resolved too.
I guess, yeah, we'll just.
Yeah, I don't have her cell phone, so I don't know what her number is.
Hello? Yeah.
Ms. Johnson getting on with us.
Yeah, no, a lot of them
We
are.
actually had to bump to that.
A lot of them
10
are.
minutes.
Hi there, this is Monica with Johnson Controls, and I also have Brian Reardon, our sales manager for Montana, and Trevor Mickelson, our service manager for Montana, on the call.
What's this?
Okay,
Johnson Controls in noon, I think,
she's a little early.
which Dawn's coming up for, so I maybe wait.
Yeah.
So you're on for noon, does that work?
That works for us.
Okay, cool.
Sorry, it wasn't not somebody else wondering what we did with the water.
Should we just move on to
Yeah.
20?
Yeah, let's go to HDR scope of work and hourly breakdown for the Flint Creek Dam. Comprehensive assessment, ASSI grant from the National Forest Foundation. This is in our packet here. We put it back on bunch. They was in here and talked about it. I think they were gonna be on.
They were earlier.
Yeah, there.
Yeah, Jessica.
Hi.
Sorry.
No worries.
Just questions. Glance is looking at it right now. So how much would it be per year if we put it over 2 years, you thought maybe? You split it in half, or? I just trying to figure out how we're gonna pay for all this.
No, I understand. So I had sent over a breakdown of kind of each task and when those would take place. A majority of the work is going to happen from now through May of next year. So I believe your fiscal year, is it July 1st is the beginning? Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
Yes, I think a majority of it would happen in this current fiscal year, with some of that carrying over into next. So the task 6 would fall into into June a little bit, but then through that September 1st deadline. So in the request for proposal, it said that the report was due on September 1st. So our effort, we would do kind of all of the workup between now through field inspection in May. We thought that was the earliest we could probably get out there with weather and being able to confidently go out there, do the assessment, do that potential failure mode analysis and the level 2 risk analysis in May, and finalizing kind of the report following that.
Okay, Well, Blanche hasn't really had, you know, she wasn't here and I just didn't know if you wanted to look it over.
So no, that's fine, cause I know it has to be
You
done.
have to do it.
Yeah, but it's, I have no issue with that. The only thing is where I'm thinking is in the budget year, if there's a possibility where you can carry this over, or if there's no need. I mean, if we can pull it out of Pilt, then let's just get it out of Pilt because that's
Yeah.
what it come anyway.
If you're using Pilt, then you
Yeah.
can, budget it
Yeah.
how you need.
Yeah, because, sorry, go ahead.
So a quick question, so like, it'd be like tasks 1 through 5 would all be performed before fiscal year 26 then, correct?
Yeah, there would be a little bit of task one that's kind of the managing the project throughout. There would be a little bit of that carried in kind of to the end of the project, but it's pretty minimal compared to the rest. But yeah, it'd go through task 5. That would be planned to be complete in May.
So, yeah, so basically we'd be looking at like, I mean, it's gonna be 280,000 the first
Yeah.
year. But what I'm seeing anyways.
Yeah. Well, is there something that you have to sign that says, okay, go forward? Is that what that was? Cause I agreed that go forward.
Well, I can't remember what we said last week. We thought we was gonna have, you know, and Jeremiah was gonna look, or he did look it over, and I thought we were gonna have everything, if we did approve it, then we could just sign it, move ahead. Isn't that kind of what we said?
Yeah, we provided the contract to Jeremiah and Miranda. I think they both had it, and we're going to provide that to you all.
Is that all this right here? Yeah.
Right in front of you.
The one
Looks
with
different
sign here.
than on there.
Why you sign that check right now too? Why you sign that check right now too?
Are there any other questions that I can help with at all?
Any question?
I have a question.
No, I guess I just entertain a motion and oh shit.
So a motion to approve the scope of work and the agreement with Nation.
I'm motion to approve the scope of work and the contract with HDR.
I second that.
Public comment? Being none, all in favor?
I,
Aye. Thank you. Oh,
Thank you.
Elena. Sorry, I guess Elena's hand.
she's not gonna turn her camera on.
You gotta turn your camera on if you're gonna try to be on. Elena? Thank you.
Thank you.
I think I did, make sure I didn't move something. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and jump into Granite Headwaters, and they're not coming in today?
No.
Okay, that's
so-
been canceled.
They canceled it.
Canceled. So Granite County Rivet Field Airport. Are you on?
I've been wrong.
We already, like you guys said, I forgot, but we already approved this and that, so I guess just.
If they haven't sent it yet.
If it's anything different, but I,
Yeah, they didn't send the agreement
Yeah.
yet, but it is approved for
All right.
Scott's signature.
Okay, so we'll go ahead and move right ahead into the Granite County Tax Appeal Board member application. We have one person, right? Jim Walbillen.
I would make a motion that we accept Jim Walbillig on, tax.
I second it.
Public comment? All in favor?
Aye.
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 Motion been carried and passed. The next one on the, kind of jumping pretty quick, but getting caught up, the fire restriction, I recommend we stay at stage one, cause there's a couple of them having went to stage one. And we'll play it by this week and then just still go weekly, but I entertain a motion to stay at one. That's what we told the DNRC and some of the others.
Now motion to stay at stage one fire restrictions.
I second that motion.
Public comment? None, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, so we're getting pretty, got caught up here.
Now.
Hello? What did you do on fire restrictions?
Stage one.
Okay.
That, yeah, Jackie's not at work today, but she already notified him this morning that I was gonna entertain him if he could stay on.
And there's still a lot of counties that aren't even stable. Valley and Missoula. Well, maybe River Valley went to
I
it.
think what Valley did, and, DNRC had it yet. I thought they followed suit, I didn't get a lot of calls on them why they're not following what Granite County's doing, but I said, well, there's.
Supposedly there's supposed to be lots of rain this week, we'll see. There are flood warnings, but.
Flood warning for.
Yeah, got lots of room in the reservoirs and lots of stream bed.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we'll go ahead and jump into the scope of work, system, maintenance, and contract overview update with Johnson Controls. For a few minutes earlier, I think they're on the way.
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
on there.
What's her name?
Monica.
Monica, okay. I was out and she. Go ahead, Monica.
Hi there. I'm Monica Preisendorf. I am the account rep for Western Montana in the HVAC division. And then I also have my sales manager, Brian Reardon, on the call, and our service manager, Trevor Mickelson, and our customer service agent, Marie Quist. So we are your team for Montana, and we all want to be on to answer any questions that you have and go over any contract information.
Yeah, I guess the biggest thing was putting this on because we have a new custodian and we're just trying to find out for sure what all that you do and what he needs to know what he does, so there's not interchanging, we're not quite sure, like on this last little incident, we weren't quite sure who was what and what was covered or nothing, and go from there. Right, Dawn?
Absolutely. Yeah, well, we appreciate the time and including us. Currently, we have 2 different maintenance contracts for Granite County. The first is at the courthouse, and the maintenance is on 2 boilers that we installed in the past. And we have a comprehensive check, a combustion analysis, and an operational check that we do on the 2 boilers each year. And then the second contract is at the medical center.
Okay, we don't have to do that.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So just focusing on the courthouse.
Yeah, correct.
Okay.
So I guess we're just trying to figure out what we're liable for or what, we haven't talked to you, or we usually leave it up to the custodian, but they say where somebody's new, we need to know what we're doing or where we're going with this.
Trevor, do you want to talk about the tasking of each of the comprehensive check, combustion analysis, and operational check we do on the boilers there?
What was going on?
They're gonna talk about their.
Yeah, go ahead.
Thank you. Yeah, I love to talk, and you guys weren't letting me. Yeah, so the comprehensive checks. So the boiler maintenance at the courthouse is annual scheduled maintenance, and it's to do a tear down on the boilers and make sure that they're clean and ready for each heating season. There's comprehensive checks done according to, I believe they're lock-and bars, done according to the manufacturer's recommendations. And then after we get them fired up, first thing in the year, we do a combustion analysis on them to make sure they're firing correctly. That is pretty basic, and it only happens like twice a year. We come out in about this time of year before they're ready to go for the heating season. and then halfway through the heating season just to make sure they're going good. The custodian or whoever carries your boiler license, they actually do the regular daily or weekly checks as required by the boiler licensing so that they can be operated.
Okay. Questions, Don?
Yeah, as far as the fire up, and I've noticed that y'all are rarely out here. The fire up, when is that gonna happen, and is that for each head unit that's spaced out in between the buildings, or is that just the Lockton Bar itself?
So what we do for the startup is just the 2 boilers in the basement of the courthouse. And they're the ones we put in, I'm going to say about 10, 12 years ago.
Nothing to do with any of the head units throughout the building?
No, it's not covering any of that. The mechanical equipment downstream and is not covered. It's just the boilers themselves.
Okay.
That's the main thing, we're just trying to figure out what we have to do is not step on toes of what you.
Yeah, there might need to be some third.
That being said, we will happily come take care of all that stuff. It's just a matter of funding and money. So
I heard that money.
yeah, that usually gets commissioners' attention.
I guess a guy should probably try to see what it, start getting some estimates on what, because I know we got a few bad rumors as. I know it's coming, so maybe a person could give an estimate on what it costs to replace them.
Yeah, that would be right up Monica's alley and my alley. So we can definitely come do a review of all your equipment in the courthouse and talk about life cycle and propose some timelines on when things, if you got immediate things that got to get fixed now, we can see if we can fix them, or come up with a plan on staged replacement, because all mechanical equipment has a life cycle, and we're I don't know about anybody in particular, but I like making things last longer than they need to, and then sometimes that's not a good thing. So, but having a good plan in place so you know what you're up against, and then as grants become available for upgrades and stuff, you guys may be eligible for them, and you can put those changes into effect systematically, and they won't have to just bite you all at once.
Okay. Anything else?
No,
That's
Do you
pretty
have
much
their-
answered.
Do you have their contacts?
Yeah.
So we'll just let you kind of contact Don, and then he can line up when you're coming, and you guys can take care of it and then bring it back to us.
Yep. Monica and I'll get together, and we'll see if we can't organize a road trip, come out there and see if the candy store is still open.
And then what were you saying, Blaine?
Oh, who would the grants be through? Is there grant opportunities?
So there have been through the state and the feds, and you guys would definitely be qualified for them. They come and go. There was a bunch during COVID for ventilation more than the straight up heating part, but modernization and energy efficiency things always seem to be coming around from the state and the feds.
Like those Department of Commerce ones, or something else?
Yeah, I'm going to say yes. I would actually defer to Brian and Monica on this. I think Brian has the most experience on where those funding streams come from.
Could you maybe get us the info on that so we can start?
Yeah, what we could do is we could definitely, when we come out either it sounds like we're scheduled in October timeframe to come out and do the boiler startup for the season. And then also we have that, if we are doing inspection, like we're talking about doing, we could bring some information around some of the different options of grants and availability. Department of Energy, there's some there. There are some state grants. There's also some different funding mechanisms too for energy improvements with the state as well. So yeah, we've done some of that work with some various customers and entities around. So we can bring some information on that.
Also looking for the windows too, might be an opportunity, there's some farm commerce grant, might be the same one.
Okay, well, that's pretty much all I had, just kind of, we're all trying to get on that new page and go from there. Are you good with everything then, Robert? All right, well, thank you so much.
You bet.
Nice.
Thanks for your time.
Thank you for having us. We appreciate it.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Now the budget.
Yeah, did she bring him in yet?
Not yet.
Can they hear?
Um,
Can they hear?
do what?
Can they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, we're still on.
A little less.
No, I mean the.
Yeah.
JCI guy.
Yeah, they're listening, let's see if we're saying anything bad. I brought the money thing up, see?
The yellow board out front. That's gonna be changing to red. Do we wanna continue to have that board up there? Or no?
The what now?
The yellow board for the no parking. On the side of the building.
Oh, on the concrete curb?
No, on the side of the building, there's a big piece of wood.
It used to be that, that's where a lot of the handicapped people, and so it kept them, people from flooding, they just, that's been up there for years.
Right, I'm redoing the curb in red. But I'm also asking, do you want to continue to have the wooden one on the side, but the building will be in red?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I'd leave, yeah, just change the color, that's cool.
Perfect.
All right, thanks.
Thanks.
Come on up.
Just in time.
Hello.
Hey. Well, it's like a lot of paperwork.
Yeah. So the one thing that, we're looking at too is we're gonna need fill for the Plum Creek project because we have this, did you see this? Okay.
Yeah, that over 2 years or something, but yeah, but
It'd be-
the ones that I found
It'll
with,
be 280 this fiscal year.
oh, yeah, I saw the 340 total or 341 total, but 280 this year. Okay. Well, all right. Are we ready to start? Okay. Okay.
Not been one morning, sorry.
Okay. He says it's been
Oh,
long.
it's been a long one, I was just thinking there's something I wanted to ask you, and then I had it wrote down.
So what do you have?
So, well, first I'll say, so with the general fund, and I went through that and I, told them that, and actually the budget is less than it was last year. But that is because, and that's what I need to talk to you guys about, we had like $300,000, in the building for, you know, like maybe if we had the roof doing something. And so, and I don't have anything put in for any of that this year. So you do have some roof work.
Yeah, we're
correct?
gonna, I would definitely put it back in there.
Okay,
Yeah.
so is that how much you would like me to put in or?
This probably could be, we're not quite sure, because now they've changed this different.
Scope of it.
Yeah, but I think we'd be safe just to put that, at least we have something.
So 300?
Yeah,
Okay, so that,
I think that's smart playing it that way, and at least we have it. Otherwise, we'll put it in something else.
we had that. Okay, so.
I think you got a crappy little pencil there.
I know. Do
you want a pencil? Here's one.
A mechanical. Okay, thank you. That will work. Okay, so that one, okay. The treasurer, because they're getting so busy in there, she is requesting, a halftime person. And mind you, that was, with all those numbers down, that was with this added in there too. Getting another halftime person, be like 3 days a week. Is what she's
For a whole
requesting.
year?
They, yeah. They,
Like a whole day or half days,
it would just be 3 days.
part-time, 30 hours or whatever.
Right, be 21.
So half down, that's,
It'd be a half-time
calls
person.
benefits and, yeah,
Yeah, they would get benefits.
that's a lot.
too.
So she has how many in there now? One,
She's got like 3.5, well, she and, 2.5. Yeah, Cause Scott's working on the other thing, but I mean, we do see that there's a lot of people in there, that's, we live to you guys, so I
Yeah,
bringing that, but we do see she is busy.
so she put that out for,
Would she would like to, that's,
Okay.
she's requesting it from the commission, she would like to put that into her budget to have another person.
What did that cost a year?
Another thing, yeah, I mean, she can't put it out till we approve it.
Right, yeah, no, she hasn't, she's just requesting it.
Right.
So,
well, I'm just
things
thinking.
that I have-
About that short-term person would have to apply.
right, and we don't, I didn't budget the short term.
You didn't?
No, so,
Okay.
and we could
And then
get that one too.
That short term is all through, right?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, she, right, that's all through, that's not budgeted for. So this person, what it comes up to is 45, but that's everything with all the benefits and everything. It was 45,000, so. But we do see. They are, busy. So anyway, that's. something
Well, and then
that-
there's a lot more expenses with the treasurer too, because we have to put the bill, right?
Have to do it.
We have to put the bill for all the,
All the computers. and-
yeah.
Right, yeah, but she's also done something with the envelopes and the printing and stuff, she's having that done off site, and that saves a bunch of money, she could come in and tell you about that.
I think I remember her talking about. stuff,
Yeah.
I want this.
Anyway,
So that's the only, change for the general fund.
for the general fund, right, those were the two things in the general fund, and like I said, when I added up this, so it actually, putting that 300 back in would bring it up to, you know, kind of like what it would be on a normal year where it would
Yeah.
go up more than what it was, so, okay, so that one's that. Road department. And at first I was like, ugh, but then I got it back down. So it's, the total is like 1.2, or I don't know if you guys want to look at this. But then I realized that we've got, shoot, I didn't write down.
Did you, is that we gotta pay for that gravel, did you remember that?
That's in the, that comes out of the
Gas tax.
the gas tax.
Yeah, it's gonna be $100 and some odd $1,000, you got all that, did you?
Yeah, cause it's in the gas tax, and I think gas tax has like 130 or so, but we can look at that.
I just wanna make sure we don't forget something, because it can be so tight.
Yeah. So anyway, the road, so bringing back in like, with the permissive levy for the health and the others.
So what was he in asking for an increase of anything or?
Yeah, there was, so for repairs and maintenance, instead of 100, he was asking 130. For roads and streets, so, and then, so the, an increase of 100,000 on the gravel, the roads and streets, which is, the dust, that's the dust guard.
The what?
All Meg.
The,
Meg for it.
yeah, or whatever.
Look at here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, you were looking
this
at
in.
things that we sent out to get repaired that could be repaired by.
Right.
I was like, they're all right.
Here, Blanche, I'm gonna let you.
But you know, like for, like, if we do have the equipment, some of our shop rates have increased this year per hour.
So is he initializing that?
So that's what the final came in at. I pulled the, for the actuals for the year, because you don't see the actuals, you just see it through April on that sheet, but there it is for
So
roads.
he's asking for another 100,000 in roads and streets, and you're saying that was for, is he right, what he wants?
For Meg chloride,
Whatever that does,
dust control.
yeah, that's usually what we take out of there. If there's any other little bits of gravel that kind of stuff that we've used all of the the gas tax.
See, I don't.
I'll stand out of.
So is this the end of the fiscal year?
Yes, that is through June.
Okay,
Hmm?
so we actually,
Can't get any up, they're already under April. The budget.
The only thing that we really got hurt, I mean, you think, there's a couple in there, 100, but I mean, roads and streets. The budget, 165, it was 166%.
Right, and Blanche would have the number for what it is for the end of the final.
What's all involved in the traffic?
so other purchase services, he only had 10,000 budgeted and he spent 19,000.
Where's that, I'm sorry. Where
And-
you,
So what I have given to Blanche is, so what's on here is just the actuals through April. Because we print those at that time, and so I've got the sheet that everything is through June, so we can see that.
what is that LATCF?
That was where we were giving money to everyone and we gave them what,
600,000.
600,000, so they're done, there's no more money in that for them. So that's not gonna be appropriated.
Cause it's on here, it says. Budget at 11,000 of it. Is that what was left?
I think I had to wait and see, was there anything left in there, Blanche,
So,
on that one?
okay, so in repairs and maintenance. Roads and streets. Okay, here's what I'd like you guys to do, especially you. If you gave him a detailed.
Okay.
On each line item,
Okay.
so that he could see what was spent, where it was spent, so it's gonna be homework. Where you can look at it and see where you would see there'd be some, where we could make some cuts.
Money cuts.
And where you would look at stuff and say, okay, like on this one, he,
I think we need to go back to that then, cause there's cuts that we're gonna see that say, no, we don't.
So,
I totally agree with what you guys say, but I think that gonna have to have the breakdowns when we go over this, so we can actually.
Love you very much, cause there's gonna be excess spending that needs to be.
how did you manage to spend 192% in, go over 91,000? What was major in that? That's,
Which one?
that he was over budget by 91,000. So it was pointless to even cut his budget, cause he didn't.
right, so which,
This is, in roads and streets, I don't know.
That's when I was asking about, he went 166.
right, and that's the one with it, so shall we just, so for our next
Do the
meeting.
roads and streets.
Okay, and like maybe the repair.
I think you really need to look at line item by line
Yeah, I
item.
need to see, I need to see every line item.
Yeah,
And
and what was expended.
Okay, yeah.
And that is something, if you can print one out and just give it. Cause I can look at it on the computer and you guys look at it and just see where the money's being spent. You're gonna see where the money's being spent. Instead of looking at figures don't mean anything.
Yeah.
That's why I keep
Yeah.
looking at it.
Right.
This, and it kind of, I know what you guys, what you do, like, I guess I'm asking, to kind of go back to the old way so I can look at everything.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Otherwise, that's why I keep looking at.
Yeah, and that's gonna be something that we will, right now, you're seeing she's throwing in the budget what needs to be budgeted.
Yeah. But for
And then-
these specific ones, you'd
Yes.
rather,
And
let's look at
correct.
that. Do you want me to get that right now, or do you want me to? So that
I
you
think
can-
if you would, that would be,
it doesn't take.
yeah,
No, and just like for this time, just do the roads and streets so that you can
Yes.
see us do that
Yeah.
and not any of the
Yeah.
others. Perfect, I can do that real quick.
Thanks,
Sarah.
Uh-huh.
What I was trying to figure, and it says 166 on here.
so you look at that line item and this is where he's over budget by 291%.
Yeah, that's why, yeah.
Yeah.
I just want,
So,
I didn't wanna, you know, but if I can't see
Where it's
what,
going.
yeah,
I'm like,
Don't mention the number, it's a big.
yeah, the numbers don't mean anything to you. You need to see where they were spent.
That's on the like road too, I mean, there's just so
Yeah.
much
So like,
stuff.
this is the final, this is the
Yeah.
total ending cost, so. And they spent everything. In their budget. So, and then they went horribly over. So we're the
people. No, I understand, until we can look and see it, and we can actually say, well, no, I see now why he went over
so
there.
why did we have to go over?
Yeah, but, you know, and then we gave him permission to buy more mag, more of this and that, but if we don't have it sitting in front of us, we're just kind of looking like. We're just taking for the word.
Much of like this other purchase. Services and contracts is 19,000 over, 291% over budget.
And that service contract one, I see, that's that, is that the stuff that we paid for, like, see, that's the thing, we don't know if the warranty, the new warranties, if that go into the contract part of that. And, you know, we approved them to get warranty or extend warranties to see if we don't know really what's being spent and how it's being spent. I mean, we're just guessing in the budget.
Well, it's gonna show, the detailed report's gonna show exactly, yeah.
Thanks. Well, this quick. Here is gonna be like a book I'd have to read through.
So, and that's just one line item, right? That's
Yeah,
where-
right, you just group up it, and I can get others if you
Hundred and
like.
66% it shows on one page and then the 291 on that. Says
So you're
291.
looking at the 291.
Yeah, I'm seeing on this part here, it says it's 166.
Yeah, that wasn't, the reason that was is when she put this out, the budget wasn't done.
So wouldn't the gravel all go through the gas tax, not on road and streets then?
So if there was anything that was over, then,
Then it went into.
then it went
this,
into
okay.
that.
And I think
Then I'd have
that
to check to see.
gravel's gonna be like 180 or something. So,
And we've got 147.
yeah, so that's why that there is gonna
Throw
throw
that off a little.
and
So it's like anything on that list, what catches your eye and say. So when,
well, like T3 rock fryer, who's that? I can't remember.
What's what?
Terrio,
T3,
gravel,
Stereo?
is that?
I think that's Terrio.
Yeah.
Alright.
I think.
See, that, I just need to look that.
No, that's what it's on the side of his truck.
okay, so the majority of the gravel came out of gas tax, but then we still had to pay some out of road.
I believe
That's what you're
so.
saying.
I believe so. Let me take a
Cause
look.
yeah, okay,
No, you're right.
Yeah, if you, then we'd see it on that.
and the gas tax one.
Yeah, but it looks like.
Gas tax.
Yeah, I'm
What
pretty
is
sure.
gas tax?
2820, I'm sorry.
I should be able to remember.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, you just.
Then we told him that go ahead, remember when we said he could buy the rest of that, cause they weren't gonna make no more cold pass, so we bought that too, we gave permission to, so we didn't have to run out. Not just right on this.
Well, this is the one thing that if we wanna look at is the fact, necessary materials. But where can we make cuts? I mean, is it necessary to drive to Missoula every day? Is it necessary for the fuel, cause the fuel is outrageous.
Right, that was, you were asking, Scott, you were asking what the travel was, and that's gas, that's the fuel that we put into everything, the diesel
I
and
thought you
the.
told me that the other day, I'm just-
Yeah,
just making sure I stay on the same, and then like that dust buster, man, but.
Yeah.
That stuff you have to have. Wow.
I think it's.
don't give any of it away.
Well, after whatever the gas tax was last year, it went 128,000 over on gravel.
Hmm.
whatever the gas tax was that pays for gravel, it went 128,000 over, that's what came out of road and streets.
And it usually does, cause we get so much, but we never have, I mean, it's a big help.
Right, but it's still
Still,
not
we're
a lot,
always,
right?
we always go over on that.
Okay.
And like this year, maybe we don't have to give it much.
So, yeah, because I think we
You know, we
didn't
covered
spend it
some.
all. I think maybe.
There's a lot, you know, down there, we put a lot more down there, we did more, so maybe we don't have to.
Kinda getting caught up now.
Yeah.
Okay, so with the gas tax, we only, spent 81%.
Right, it's looking like there was
Some left
some
over.
left over, that it accidentally got taken out of the road, which we can
Which
journal
is a
voucher.
journal voucher, and I think we need to.
Right, and here's the other
Oh,
thing, that we,
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
let's stop this.
So,
Go back and
looking at the gas tax, this is the gas tax, there was $34,000 left. What we wanna do is zero that out. So there's 34,000 and where Sarah's saying that inadvertently it was taken out of road.
okay,
And we can fix that, we can
Yes.
journal voucher that
Okay.
and put it back into road, which will help the,
right. And here's another one, back in October of 23, we found this when I was doing the 911 stuff, that some of the gas tax money accidentally was put into the,
911.
911.
Oh,
There
my
are
God.
there was like 25,000.
How the hell did that happen?
Oh,
I'm not-
So,
but I-
so anyway, we're,
Stuff
yes,
happened, but I mean.
Yeah.
there.
so we're, yeah, so.
It is county air, but the one thing that we try to initialize is if you're confused, you don't know where this money goes, come over to the clerk and recorder
Yeah,
and
yeah, I see what you're saying, yeah. Not blaming nobody, I mean, I'm glad we caught it. Yeah, we're not perfect.
No, we're not perfect.
We're not perfect, and I'm glad we caught it.
We caught it, cause we're, yeah. Anyway, when I was going through the 911 to figure out an average of what we're getting and stuff, and I was like,
Thank God.
why is that there? And so
They-
then we went back and,
Transferred.
yeah, so anyway,
At
we
least it's still
discovered.
there that we could put it back where it belongs. or
It-
where it
we need to make the corrections and get a true. So there would be an extra 34,000 that would come off.
Or like, so here's a question too, like the rental for the roller last year or whatever. Is in streets and roads, wouldn't that be under contracts? Rentals or whatever that. Come out of there.
Professional services,
Or the contract, I mean, it just depends on how many line items you
Right.
yeah,
want, and, you know, we can,
Well, I was just thinking
Well, we
like.
had
just to keep
We had
things
that
clean.
contract one in there, cause when we did all that contract,
Mhm.
remember, cause we were trying to keep it separate, figure out what the hell was going, you know, where it all went. That's one of
Oh,
the
okay.
reasons we did that, line that contract services.
It was just for contractors, for like
Yeah.
contract trucks.
Remember,
or
it
Yeah.
was like,
equipment
yeah,
or-
we got,
Yeah,
if
so-
we did something else and we didn't know.
yeah. So with him leasing that, that's in the maintenance and the road stuff, right?
Mhm.
You pull that
That
out.
was, I think we have this, and that
Leasing.
was one of my questions with that, you're renting a belly dump or something right now?
Well, it should be gone now, it's only.
Right, and so I was gonna be, that was that question mark there in the contract, if you wanted that.
I think we have like maybe another 2 weeks of it, cause they held on to it so they can get this done. Cause they.
At the lake,
Yeah. Otherwise, yeah.
they take forever.
So what happened was his belly dump went belly dump.
Belly up,
Wait.
belly up with a belly up.
Belly dump went belly up.
So we hadn't ran.
Yeah.
So that was an expense that,
Mhm.
a necessary,
And that's something to look at on how much a person, you know, I'm not saying buy yourself, I'm just saying that when you start looking to see how much we're paying in rent. And what we paid like 18,000 for that other brand new one, so we need to really start looking.
Now we're into this one, what, 6?
Yeah.
Those three. of
So
them.
my question is, would you like me to budget a certain amount in that contracted thing so that if this does happen, or so that we can take the belly dump out of that line item. And if there are other things that happen along that, that it
Yeah,
gets
it's
taken out of that, so that you
contract.
can
I think
You
so.
will
look at that,
Okay.
so,
In other purchase services, is
Yeah.
that what you're saying?
yeah.
Because, okay, so we budgeted 10,000 and spent 29. Well,
Right, and then I figured on that one, it was gonna be about 30,000, or, you know, that was kind of a
No, not too.
high.
Oh, you're
Yeah.
pretty close.
For the, so, and would you like an extra 20 in there? Would you like to budget 50,000
It'd
in
kind of
that?
be like one of those like safety net.
Because
Yeah,
it's,
I think
it's
for-
just like they, you know, they got that excavator, because it's that little one that just about ripped it in half, so. He's leasing one of them for a week and a half, well, it's gonna be 2 weeks now
So-
for the cat.
So any of these leased items, any of these
Rent,
contract, you know, rental things, you know, we could put 50 or 60,000 in that contract, and then that is where that comes out of, and you can look
Well, I
at that.
think
That's
it'd
my
be
question.
way better that way, cause then we're actually knowing what
Mhm.
we're spending on rent and leasing.
Okay, so, and what I can tell you is that right now, the way that the budget is in that, we'll have to pull about, you know, just over $500,000 out of Hilt. So to add another 20 for the contracted is not going to make
How
a
much
huge
are we getting-
difference in what
How
we're,
much are we getting in this year from Phil? Do we?
I think it was like what?
we can see what's in.
Oh, I've got
We had with somewhere.
my cash,
If you
I
wanna
got
kind of look
my
at
revenue.
She gets through.
Cause we kinda had some left at the end of this year, didn't we? already?
Well, we always have, yeah, there's like 1.3 in here's the
Million in
cash
there.
if you want. That's the cash one.
But see,
So
that-
2,900,
Eighty's coming out, but
right, 280 plus
you
whatever,
might as well just figure 3. You never know.
plus like 550 for the.
Okay, so what we do is we go through the budgets and she looks at each budget. And she looks at what she needs to anticipate, and
That's
she
what,
looks at what she's going to anticipate. And then she looks at where she's gotta get the money that we're not gonna receive in revenue. And that's where she goes to the PILT fund and figures out, okay, 280 for the
Flint Creek
Flint
is
Creek
what
project, which is, you have to, another 500 plus for the road. It's just a given.
Which I think that it's gonna be more for, I mean, the problem with Flint Creek, if we wanna get onto that one right now, is that they're.
That's mine will
We'll worry
explode.
about it. Well, then,
I'm
is
sorry,
it's
man, I think you need-
13,000 in the hole right
I
now.
think we
And
need
so
this.
for,
big
you know,
investment.
all of the budget, so it's gonna be over 300 that
Yeah,
goes in.
yeah, we're gonna put more into PILT because we don't have the revenue yet in Plum Creek project at all. The revenue just doesn't cover wages.
So, and here's the
Yeah,
good news about
elected
those, I only
sales.
budgeted to receive 350 and we actually got 509,000. So there's. That's good, so, and, you know, maybe that will be like that for
I guess
this
some-
year.
Then we'll go back to this again, but if we, like when we get to them ones that they're, so we have itemized, so we know, and then we can actually, when we're talking to these legislators now, say, well, look at this is what it's doing to us. And then, I mean, we're just quoting stuff and, oh, well, how about this, that, and then we could actually, you know.
Oh, and I did find out about, so in April, we only received $558 in revenue from the Little Creek project.
51, wasn't it?
Huh?
What did you?
It was like $558, $551,
Oh, okay.
something like that, that's all, you know, and usually it would be in the thousands. So, or at least, you know, over 1,000, but it was only that, and I contacted them, I talked with them, and what happened is that they were offline for a few weeks or something and didn't, and so that was. What the issue was there, so that was the correct amount. It wasn't just offline, not being able to see it, the whole place was shut down and it wasn't making any.
See, and they're supposed to notify.
Yeah, we were never notified.
I don't remember, I don't remember that, that's a big no-no.
Yeah. So anyway, that was, I looked at the number
Calling
one
down about this.
and so I,
We should have been notified, cause if there was something going on, Jackie's supposed to be notified right away, if there's a shutdown or something, whatever, we have to notify first.
Yeah.
so,
So PERC wasn't notified.
I don't know, wow.
Maybe.
No, that's enough.
So anyway, that was, I've got an email from Ben explaining what happened, so if you would like that.
Yeah,
Maybe you should
we do that. And that, this is, you just found out, right?
Yeah, because we just asked about it, got it in my thing, so.
I mean, no, I know that, I'm just saying, that, cause, yeah, cause that was the green company, better tell me what it was.
That was in April, you said?
Yeah, April or May.
Yeah, no one. We were pumping water out a lot then.
Not been time to fish, I wonder if they open the gate.
So was there any other journal vouchers you had to make where you found mistakes that you haven't made yet? The end of the year stuff.
Yeah, maybe that's. Make some more mistakes.
I Find items that we would like any
corrections that need.
Yeah. I think that we've done, I think we've got them.
Except for like if the gas tax will fix that.
That one, yeah.
And put that back into road where we can get a better idea, a little
Right.
bit better idea.
Yeah, I mean, I know what the gas tax is, yeah,
Yeah.
right, but we will. Yeah, we'll do that journal voucher.
So how'd the fair get in the negative?
Because.
The what then?
The Tri-County Fair.
Because last year it got paid in July.
Yeah.
Like it's supposed to, and then the thing got sent through here in June. So we paid.
They held on to it, now they just sent it.
No, this was, so last year's was paid in July, like we normally.
They
do.
paid for next year's already, and that's why it's
Yeah.
showing up on here.
Yeah, so it got paid twice. So anyway, that's why it's showing up there.
Why would it get paid?
So I have talked with, because it got paid in June of
Oh, the fiscal year.
24,
And then.
and it just got paid, or it got paid in July of 24, so in this fiscal year. And then it got paid in this fiscal year again for the next year, instead of hanging on to it until July. So, I talked with Dee and Ben, and we're figuring out exactly when it wants to be paid and how it's going to go forward, and it's going to be July, and we all have sticky notes everywhere.
Did they, when they put that, did they come asking for more?
And it used to be 3,500, and it's just been 3,000 for the last 10
Well, we
years.
helped out on that lighting project or something, and we went up a little bit one year, and we went.
Yeah, we did. 5 years ago.
Yeah. But it's, yeah.
But yeah, and they wanted more, we had a budget, yeah.
But it's remained at 3,000 for, but it got this fiscal year.
Which is for the kids, and I mean, I'm not that.
Yeah, but that's how that happened.
Okay.
There, that's another mistake that we caught, we didn't.
So you have to do an adjusting entry for Tri-County Fair.
Mhm. So yeah, all of those have been done, yeah,
And Flint Creek project right now is sitting in the negative 13,000.
That's a little better than I thought, I'm not feeling it, but I thought it was worse, I thought it was around 44 or something, for some reason, I thought we were. But you figure out 13,000, we only made 51.
Yeah.
Then you start looking at that dictating on the water, what we can and can't do, you see where it's gone from 100, over 100 down to half.
Mm-hmm.
By being told what we can and can't do.
And the only revenue is.
That's what I'm trying to explain to them guys, I mean, there's so many hands involved in what little bit of water. And it's breaking the county.
Oh, yeah.
And I know people need the recreation and they pay and all that, but. I don't know how we're gonna keep running.
Gotta make it go 2030, then only jump up in
Not gonna be
revenue.
here now.
Yeah, you will.
Okay, what else did you bring? Solid waste, we had into us.
Yeah, I've got them all, I don't think Lily's got
I don't know about done today, my brain is.
Just keep working, just look at solid waste a little bit.
Yeah.
There's.
Next time we're gonna put the budgets on early,
Do
because
them
I think I can stay more focused earlier.
on when, in the morning?
Yeah,
earlier in the
I think
day.
it should be too.
And then not have anybody else on.
No,
the rest of the
waste
day.
is good.
What I think
It's
was,
totally big.
Budget, that's it.
sorry,
I just think that way, cause my mind's still on this other. Just not
All kinds of stuff.
so. We should be, I think we should be able to look a lot better in solid waste now, ain't we, Sarah?
I think so.
yeah.
We might have to have
You
this,
look at 21 and 22. Disposal charge 35,000, 22, 23, 36,000, 23, 24, 32,000, 24, 25, 73. And that's when we were joined by Scott, right? So you could probably, did you anticipate more coming from them? Or was this kind of a catch up?
this, and then do we,
One for the revenue side. Solid waste.
Did I do anything on the revenue side yet?
There's Nothing. Nothing.
No, I just kind of,
Zero.
no, yeah.
well, I think we're gonna.
Cause it was just, I mean, on the front, I have the cash and then what I kind of think is what's gonna be coming in, which is, you know, a little bit
Okay.
more than.
Was there any
which
anticipation
is
on
almost
replacing, was there anything on like replacing the backhoe or Drummond, did anything come in like that?
No, so do we need to talk with John or, yeah, with John and how that one is or?
We're thinking that we needed to.
Right, we're just gonna have to update or upgrade it.
Is it? Did we get through one more year with it or?
I don't think we have much choice. Think we're gonna have to, it's probably gonna be
Yeah.
something, I just.
Having
Gonna
back
start
in my mind that we
Right.
might have to upgrade sooner than.
Yeah, I just wanna make sure that's coming out, because, yeah, it's,
I don't have the. Because, so there is money in the capital projects for solid waste.
Yeah, that's what I
There
was.
is one, but I
but
thought maybe I had.
but we just need to,
Here's the thing, if you wanna finance one, we could, cause there is money in capital projects.
Yeah.
Saving.
well,
And how much do you think?
I can run and find out, I mean, be real quick.
it's all, this is painful.
Well,
I don't
cash
even have it.
I guess we couldn't.
I don't even have
Sorry,
it.
I know you're fine, man, I'm just saying that solid waste is finally being in the black,
Yeah,
and we. Yeah, it's just something we're gonna have to look at and talk about, it is.
because of the fact that saving money for something in capital project and solid waste. If you think that we need to do it, cause then we finance it. And we'll pull out what we need out of the capital project. To down pay it or whatever, and then finance it because it's streamlining good now. Solid
And we don't need a brand new one. I mean,
No, I'll talk to her.
we get a good use on that.
I'll talk to her, so I'll.
Yeah, he feels, I'll make it strong.
Yeah.
The thing about it, man, we're gonna really have to put. Yeah.
But I still,
Solid waste has 62,000.
They have 62,000.
but I would definitely still just try to bleed this other one out as long as we can.
Oh, we have to, I
No,
don't want,
literally.
I don't want to put it, if we're in the black, it's been a while, so I just soon. Get through this year, we're gonna have to probably put some maintenance into it, so we're gonna make sure that line's good.
Yeah,
This one up here seems to be alright, as we know.
and we make it till like, you know, maybe like next fall on this one, it'll be cheaper to get one.
So we've got 30,000 budgeted in there.
Okay, I was gonna ask you, what about, how much money do we put into capital projects?
We haven't,
Haven't put any in.
no, not, I don't have
Okay.
anything budgeted to go in this year, if you would.
Do you
Right.
wanna just leave it where it's at?
I think let's just leave it at, let's just play it. and see if
Okay,
we
then
can
just
do it, then next year,
Maintenance,
then we can add, yeah,
Okay. So leave it.
let's just play it tight.
so if you want, and if you think you can, if you wanna do an early morning special session just on budgets, that might,
Even if we had to come in just a little bit
different day.
earlier.
yeah.
Yeah,
And
I think
just-
it helped me, I'm still just concentrating there. Right.
Well, then you don't,
Squirrels out.
you've had a lot of things on the agenda today that's kind of a word, yeah. So,
I think it'd be awesome, even if we had to come in an hour early, just so we could sit here.
yeah, we could do that.
It's up to you guys too.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's fine.
I think it'd help me big time.
I'm here every Tuesday, open and wait, so I got an hour to burn usually
Yeah.
before I even come.
I know, especially for the times that we,
Okay,
Conventions.
well,
But
but
I
you
mean-
can leave us a file and then we can, yeah.
and then
we have
if we need some of this stuff, and I keep that, but some of that other, just like on, it's just the spending on some of these ones that we're really scared about. And if you can bring it just like what you got here, then we can go through and itemize it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Come
Okay.
in early next week, and we put it on, do we have to, yeah, long.
What reports do you want her detailing for you?
I think we need like solid waste, road, Flint Creek project, let's just go with them three, that'll give us
Get those knocked out first.
20 minutes apiece.
Okay.
Because the general fund, nobody's asking for anything,
Just the one thing.
just the one thing.
Yeah.
Are they asking for anything extra that?
No, just the remaining, keeping it the way that it is for the extra hours that she's it's all the same and nothing extra.
So I mean, what, if we had any major requests for something that somebody needs, something that's gonna cost more than normal in their budget?
Yeah.
So when the treasurer her budget's probably increased by, and then she wants a halftime person. So you're gonna,
Gonna have to really look at.
yeah,
that.
for 45,000, you're gonna have to.
No, I don't
Yeah.
see no,
We're gonna have all that extra cost of what the IRS usually took care of it, now she has to.
Yeah.
Or the county's accountable. for
no,
it.
I totally see what,
Yeah.
I mean, but it just has to be looked over so we can
Yeah,
answer the
that's fine.
questions and
So-
people are saying.
Right, so the only other thing is that the sheriff's office is requesting another vehicle again this year. He is gonna be getting rid of the ones that are sitting here. He's gonna put those up, in my understanding. I don't know if he's voting with you. And then we also have the other budget is the forest reserves money. That we're gonna have to give back the money that isn't allocated by the end of this year, I believe. They keep pushing it back, but maybe this is finally the one that. It's
It's just what can be spent in.
right, and so, so Blaine, whenever somebody asks something, Blaine talks to them and they get back to us. So we've got the up at the Georgetown Lake, the fire district up there, they wanted to have a new water pool, and they thought that was a wonderful water suppression thing. They thought that was great, Jeff.
Yeah.
And that's, gonna be just over 200,000. And then they also agreed to the sheriff's department getting a vehicle that would go out in not just the four-wheeler, but
Search and rescue.
it's a search and rescue type.
Side by side, you mean?
No, we already have that. It's a pickup, but with the K9. So that the dog can be in it, and they've okayed that one, and that's like 75, and so that's been ordered.
So our K9 comes out of,
It's just for going out in I don't know, finding lost, I don't know, but whatever he gave the description for,
It
and
worked.
that blank, it worked. It
we
was
got it
fine.
paid out of.
Out
Forest
of Forest Reserve. And then there was something else that I think that they were agreed to, and that was another 11. So I think there's only like maybe 30,000 left in there.
How much
That
is the truck?
it was 79 or 75.
See if there's something that maybe we can pull out for some free project.
Yeah.
It's in the forest, isn't it?
Yeah. So anyway, that was the only other, big thing, but it sounds like we've got that money spent and that we won't have to give it back. But there still is a little bit more.
So you've done the budget side, but you haven't really done the revenue side on these, okay,
Not huge. I can work on that a little bit before.
okay.
I think, yeah.
Because we need to know what's coming in and what. we
Right,
have.
so here's the deal with that Forest Reserve money. We were told last year, don't anticipate anything, so
No.
we didn't. then they did give us some money, but it was only just over 100,000. That was it. When normally it's around 300,000. So I don't know what's happening this year. I mean, I think that if I were even going to anticipate, I would keep it that same amount,
Yeah.
100,000.
Yeah.
You know, I just, you know, and that takes.
Keep it at 300 or
100.
100, yeah.
Yeah,
Keep it on
yeah,
the
I was gonna say
side.
100.
Yeah, like this year, we didn't even anticipate anything.
Well, and it sits in there because we can't spend it on anything, so you have to find things to spend it
It's a
on.
special, yeah, it's a
Yeah.
special
Yeah,
fund,
but we also still have that other amount of that, you know, from the old SRF,
Yeah.
and there's like $80,000 in there, which you can spend that on anything.
Is that discretional?
Yeah,
No,
you can
I
spend it
don't
on
think so. I
anything.
think we can spend that on anything.
Yeah, that
Like
one's
the dam.
not like the 2903.
We spend that on the dam.
I mean, can we move that?
I think you just have to. We talked about.
Do from, can we,
I think we talked about it once last year and we were kind of spaced it up.
yeah,
I think we're thinking, well, if we had to, we could always use some of that too for that. And then we just,
can you do some
That'd be a
research
good
on
down
that?
See what I
payment.
can find out.
I mean, if it's discretional, then we'll just,
it's better
we
than
can-
soak and feel so bad, you know, I mean, we're
Yeah.
gonna start.
if we
really
can try
bad.
to use it for whatever we can use it for, then we can
You know,
anticipate.
we don't have to take it all, just take, you know, at least leave 15 in there, whatever, just in case there was something
We've
else.
never, yeah, we
So I
haven't used it on
get, yeah,
anything.
because we never really did anything, it just sat there, and then, like, the one that we used to have to advertise for, and then we don't have to advertise for it anymore, is the one that we're gonna lose, right? Or is it the old one that we had to advertise
No,
for?
maybe it was the old, I don't know.
Which
think-
I think
Yeah.
we ceased you had to advertise in the paper
And they,
to take money
Oh, yeah,
for
yeah.
so many weeks out of the
That was the
special.
old-
Right.
that was the old one,
and
wasn't it?
but I think they kind of wanted, but I think that the county attorneys kind of thought on that is that we do have budgeted and line items, so we don't advertise for it because we've already advertised by it being in the budget.
Well, we used to have to go in the paper for like 6 weeks before last. Okay, well, this is good talk. Did you wanna talk about that when we wanna have it budget settled?
Yeah, that's what, here, I'll let you look at that. This would be exactly how we've done it the last 2 years. If you wanna do something different, this is advertising about the budget meeting and when we're going to set budgets.
I think just stay the same. Like,
Okay, so, yeah. Yeah. Do we know what the certified value is gonna be? Have they said anything?
I was
So,
just gonna ask that.
Yeah.
I was just gonna.
We'll know
Usually I
Monday.
write it down.
but, so by the 4th of August, don't they have to have it to us or something by the first Monday?
Right, next Monday, we'll have
We
it
should have
Monday.
it. So,
That'll be.
so what we were.
So I'll try to find, I don't need to be in Lewistown until in the afternoon sometime. So and that's like what I did last year, next Monday, next week. So what I did last year was I came in and I got all that stuff before I left, and I can do that again, cause I'm gonna have to come get the car anyway, and it should be.
Okay.
So hopefully I'll have that number.
So with what you can do if you wanna work on it, use just a cash amount, what you need, don't worry about the mills, and then we'll know what our mill is worth. And you can always figure out what we need for mills after the fact, but if you wanted to anticipate the revenue side before,
Yeah,
you could.
there are some of them I've got a little bit of it, but I just didn't wanna, so I used pencil.
Yeah,
No, this will work.
so when do you want it, next week, you wanna
I
come
think,
in now or?
yeah, I just wanna, let's start
That
on
works
next
for you?
Tuesday.
7:30?
8 o'clock.
What time? 7:30 or 8 o'clock? Okay,
'cause that
8
gives
o'clock.
us an hour. We're usually here by then anyway, and then, yeah, I think it'd be awesome and.
So you
get
would
that
like me to
before
have the budget detail for road, solid waste, and
Flint Creek
Flint Creek
Let's
project,
just do them three.
and put
That way
those
we'll
together with
stay
this.
focused. We stay focused on them and then we'll
Move on
start
to-
moving on, then we might not have to. I guess these are gonna be the tough ones.
Well, see, yeah, and you look at the major funds are the ones that you really, really have to look at anyway. The other ones are just the basic, and they're gonna be the same. And just a little bit of difference on what the certified value is.
But I think at these three, and then we can get them out of the way and then we'll be.
I wonder, hey, could you do something real quick? Could you give them detailed on the road thing and they can take it home for their homework?
I don't mind.
That's just one line item.
But just do it from supply,
Do the,
just no wages, just the
no,
supply.
no wage.
And everything after that. Okay, I can do that.
Yeah,
That won't
just
take long.
so that they can kind of see what's been expended.
Yep.
And that'll give you an idea and you can see the whole
Yeah. I got that
concept.
right now.
Because that is just one line item.
Yeah, I need to see the details
Yeah.
for every line item.
It just makes it easier. Oh, am I supposed to sign?
And I'm not gonna get one, I'm gonna let you guys look at it because your experience with
Didn't you
what's
sign?
needed. And we'll just
I
go
think-
from what you guys feel, okay, we can do this,
I think
yeah.
it's the same thing that Blaine took. But I'm not positive. The Purdue thing.
Does that work? Okay.
Is this?
Yeah, that's it, Ann. No, Ann, I don't know if it comes down and just give you my permission to sign my name.
Okay. Oh, is it, yeah, the opioid thing?
And then see, and then, cause we gotta figure out if these guys are gonna accept and then, you know, for the wages and
That's
that.
gonna change it a lot.
So what she figured on the wages was the 50 cents,
Okay, that's a hunch.
yeah. Because she, and that wasn't even proposed, that's all of a sudden, that's just new from, it's brand
Saying
new.
that we,
Mhm.
yeah,
They're coming back, brand new. I thought they accepted it.
and they see something right, and then they thought another, we're gonna give another 50. Huh?
So that'll be on next week again, right?
Yeah, they gotta bring it back. She's gotta take it to them. She was headed out there to talk to him and then.
They can just not get their raise until they decide to. Too bad it has to be, is it retroactive?
Yeah. We tried to get out of that one before.
Buy some time.
Are we adjourned?
We're adjourned.
Did we have to take public comment for?
I was supposed to, any public comment on the budget work session? As we said, there's no public till at the end of the work
Yeah.
session, so. Being none, we're adjourned.